What is up, everyone? My name is OG Marsh. This is Focus Hip Hop. It's insane. We have a very special occasion. This is Greetings Earthworms, episode 8, Hate Island,
You,
featuring Teller Banks, and I am, of course, here with my co-host as well, Hester Valentine.
You
So, how's everybody doing?
man, I'm doing mad decent. I feel amazing, actually.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
sun is shining. It's still not as hot as I need it to be, but if you look outside, it seems like it is.
Damn. Is it
Yeah,
so? Like, how warm is it?
it's like 63.
Wait. Why do you need it to be hot?
I need it to be hotter than 70 at all times, or I'm cold.
Damn. That's what's up.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. No,
Well,
I'm tropical. That's where I
so
was supposed to be at. None of us are supposed to be here.
yeah. Um, are you wait? So you were in Philly for a little bit, though, right?
Yeah, I just got back like a couple of days ago.
Okay, bet. How long were you there?
Yeah, probably like 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I
have
be in
you?
Philly a lot now.
Oh, so how are you feeling about the reception Hate Island is getting?
Oh man, I feel really good about it. It's I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of surreal feeling because like I've been making music for a long time, and I've had different levels of like relative success with things, right? Like I've hit different like mile markers that I've set out for myself in my career and shit, right?
Hmm.
And so with Hate Island, I was like, I don't know how to explain it. This has been like the one that has hit all of the markers in a way that kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It's just been a surreal feeling just watching everything kind of like pan out the way it's been panning out, and just really like the critical and like the fan reception to it, selling out all the stuff, us doing everything ourselves,
Hmm.
and still having that. I've done some stuff with labels. I've done some stuff with you know bigger brands as far as physicals go, bars over BS and different things like that. And so to see it, there's always that kind of imposter syndrome that's in everybody, right? Where you're like, oh, it's not me, it's the thing. It's not me, it's this. It's not me, it's this. And
Hmm.
so it's like kind of seeing like, oh shit, people actually like I just seen somebody on Twitter the other day was quoting lyrics on my shit for like 3 hours straight.
Yeah, I
You
shout
know what
out.
I'm
That was
saying? I
Fig,
was
right?
like,
Shout out to Fig, man.
damn, yeah, like people really fucking with it. And then also like, you know, just kind of having the mind fuck of being like, okay, making all of these things and then having putting a lot of thought into a lot of the different all of the albums that I've created, right? I've put a lot of thought into the theme of them, the message behind them, what each song means, like what they're about.
Hmm.
You know, I kind of see everything in my head. That's how I kind of think about everything. I'm more visual than I am even with like words and shit, right? I see it and then I'm trying to kind of describe what I'm seeing in my head as it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so having all my, having a lot of my stuff be like misunderstood, right? And then not hitting certain levels that I wanted to hit. And then having things that become successful go and you think, aha, like people get it. They understand it now. Like they get it.
Hmm.
And then realize like they still actually don't get it all the way. Like I still have to explain a lot of the details. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even just having people being willing to have that discourse with me has been amazing or like something I'm really grateful for because it was like before I felt like I was kind of like, hey, does anybody want to know what this means? You know what I'm saying? And everybody's like, no.
Yeah.
Like we're just like, yeah, it's cool though. We fuck with it, but you know what I'm saying? Like we
Hmm.
really don't we're not really into it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, no, this has been a cool one just for that,
Yeah.
being able to really talk about it a lot.
Yeah. I as a what I would consider myself a hardcore Teller Banks fan.
Hell
Um,
yeah.
it's been really exciting to like see all the attention it's getting because like I've been trying to tell people like for over half a decade, like
Yeah.
this dude is like you got to pay attention, and like I've seen it like grow, but this is like where it kind of exploded. Pause.
Yeah. Oh shit. Nah, hold on, cousin. That was a crazy series of a sentence in retrospect, but I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you keep going.
Let me cook.
I'm gonna let you cook.
So I the drug money
Growing and
oh shit, hold up,
explode is
hold up, hold
crazy.
up, hold up. I forgot we forgot to do something. Hester, we got to do the trivia question.
Wait, don't try to throw it on me, nigga.
Well, we can both we can do but
Gotta
we can
get
both
himself out again.
He's
you can
trying to
both
pivot the trivia.
He said, "Nah, you gotta get some of this thing."
All right, so this
So
one's
I am
actually
getting cooked.
pretty hard, I think. Well, it would be
All
for me.
right,
You might know it.
all right. Let me
I
see.
probably don't.
Actually, no, this is way too easy. Hold on, let me see if a different one is.
Let me
Why don't you
find
just tell her
out.
the trivia?
All right.
Yeah, I thought I get the trivia or does he get it?
Well, you can both. Whoever says the answer first wins.
Yeah, all right,
How we compete?
of course. Yeah, of course.
This is going to be kind of hard because this is. Oh, actually, I think I know the answer to this without even looking. Okay, what Bay Area gangster rapper whose self-titled debut album was released in 1992 was a close friend and collaborator of Tupac's?
Mac Dre.
No,
It's not Mac Dre.
nah.
Man, y'all don't know shit about the Bay.
I mean, that might be right too, but that's not the answer they were looking for.
Nah, it's okay. They're probably right. I'm probably fucking it up.
Do you know, Hester?
I'm probably low key
I don't know.
fucking it up.
All right, it's Spice One.
What up?
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good day.
You too. Take it easy.
Did you just pick up
I
like
really
DoorDash
you,
or something?
you right though.
Nah, I was just.
Oh, right. Sorry. The hate
You
island.
can bleep that out.
Yeah, I can. I'll. If you need me to, I will.
Nah. Well, they won't know if I'm actually doing it. I was not doing that actually.
He was picking up Grubhub delivery.
Hell
Wait, no,
yeah.
he was delivering.
I
A
was
Grubhub
dropping
delivery.
off Grubhub delivery.
Yeah.
I was doing my thug thistle, homie.
Yeah. So
There's a little baby outside just playing in a pile of rocks, and I'm like, yo, I fuck with this so tough. But the dad's on the phone, and I swear this nigga's like putting them in his mouth now.
putting what
Like
is in his mouth?
putting the rocks in his mouth. Hold on, man.
Wait. The
How do
child
I
or
turn
the
my camera around? Yeah, damn it. It won't even let me do this. Save this baby. Can y'all
Damn.
see this nigga?
A little bit.
There's a little baby in that pile of rocks. He's putting the rocks in his mouth.
Oh no.
He just now finna see this nigga. Man.
All right. So I also kind of want to get like
Sorry.
the story
I'm
of
very easily distracted.
no, it's cool. This is great. The story of like how your career kind of got started because
Okay.
I was listening right before this, I was listening to the True and Living, and that shit is just as dope as all the other shit you've done. So like is that like the earliest thing that's available?
Um, Probably my first album that came out as Teller Banks was Pulp Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I think that shit came out in like 2016. But I don't know. I've been mixing and mastering my own music for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of time I just wouldn't like to mix on my shit. So I'll be deleting my shit and taking it down, put a new album out.
Mm.
So I kept doing that for a minute. So like I think like Pulp Fiction was probably my first one. And then let me think about this. No Country for Old Niggas.
Uh-huh.
That was like my first album that I put out that I was like, okay, I kind of think I know what I'm doing a little bit, but I still didn't really know what the fuck I was doing.
I
But
see
like,
there oh actually hold on, that's a bit later. Sorry, proceed.
yeah. Nah, the shit that really kind of put me into the underground like circuit, like I had already kind of been I don't even know how to explain this. I kind of been like aware of it, right? But I didn't think that I don't know how to explain this. I used to listen to like fucking Joey Perp and like
Mm-hmm.
Vic Spencer and Chris Crack and shit like that way back in the day. Like
Uh-huh.
my homie was a DJ from Gary, Indiana and shit. And so he used to be trying to put me up on all the Chicago niggas like all the time, all the underground Chicago niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Like Mike Terror, the Treated Crew niggas, all the Save Money niggas like before Chance and them kind of blew up.
Mm-hmm.
Mick Jenkins, all of that shit. And so like, you know, I'll kind of be listening to their music and shit. And I was working, I think it was fucking, when was that? Like 2018 or some shit. I was or 2017. I can't remember what year it was, but I started working with this producer named Elite who had
Mm-hmm.
worked on Vic Spencer's album. Because what I really used to do was like anybody that I liked that I was fucking with, I'll try to find like the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Like who's the least famous nigga on this nigga shit that I could fuck with, whether it be an engineer or a producer or whoever it was. Like, how can I get into the game? Like, however I'm trying to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was working with Elite for a minute. And that's how I kind of like got my foot in the door. I bought some features and shit from like Hus Kingpin, Chris Crack, Tree, Vic Spencer, fucking Sullyman. I had all of these features. I had bought a bunch of beats from Elite. I had bought some beats from Camouflage Monk. I got the shit mixed by Dr. Mohamed. I probably spent like 7 bands on this album. And
Damn.
then like, yeah, I was spending a lot to get the
This is
beats between
the
all the
Pulp
beats
Fiction
and the
one?
features. Nah, this is some shit that never even came out. This is like after that. This is like
Oh,
how I
okay.
got into the underground like rap scene. Was
Uh-huh.
just kind of like working on this project. And then I just was never really happy with the way that it was turning out. So I never ended up putting the shit out. I think I ended up putting out the song with Vic and I ended up putting out the song with Huss.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, that was it. I never really, you know, I just never really did shit with it. And so it was after that that I met this fucking I seen online this producer named Black Knight. He was posting some shit. I think he had made a beat for Hus Kingpin or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit was fire. So I was trying to find this nigga. He ain't have no social media. I had to find this nigga on SoundCloud, this nigga named Black Knight.
Mm-hmm.
So I found him and hit him up. We ended up making Hellfire and Brimstone, which was like that's where I would say my career as Teller Banks actually started. Like when I did them first 2 albums, I didn't really know what my sound was or what I was really trying to do. I was kind of just taking what I had available to me, if that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. So it was like any beats that niggas would send me that I could find like workable or usable, any beats that I had made that I thought were like up to par to be able to come out, then I was just doing the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Black Knight was the first time I had somebody that was kind of in my ear about like quality control or even like, you know, just helping me shape the sound of what, you know what I'm saying, and playing to my best strengths and shit. So yeah, the Hellfire and Brimstone was like my first actual, I would probably say my first actual album. That's the first, if that's in a trilogy, right? So it'd be Hellfire and Brimstone, The True and Living, and then Called and Chosen. That's all by Black Knight.
Okay.
So
So,
Hellfire and
okay.
Brimstone, low key, that shit had Rome Streets was on that shit. Like that was like I don't even know how to explain it. That was when I was first kind of I'm kind of like I know a lot of rappers and shit in the underground, like even like, you know, I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm.
I just know a lot of niggas. I kind of put myself out there as far as like as a person, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
More so than even being a rapper for a long time. And so yeah, I don't know how to explain it. Like that shit just kind of always kept rolling. But it was kind of like everybody was always waiting for me to kind of put my shit all together.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I just kept dropping albums until I kind of figured my formula out.
I see.
For a minute there, I
So
was going on a run where I dropped. What's
sorry.
up? My bad. Go ahead.
I was interested because your phrasing, you said your first album under the name Teller Banks. Were you releasing music under a different name before that?
Yeah, I've been releasing music for a long time, low key.
Mm-hmm.
But all the shit that I had made, like, I don't know, man. When I was living in Denver, you know, I don't know. My music and shit, like, my music career didn't really start till I got to Iowa for real.
Okay. Was it rap music that you were making?
Yeah, I was making all kind of shit. I mean, I still make all kind of shit now. Just whether or not that shit comes out, it just depends on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, I don't know. The music that I was making in Denver, it's not like it was important, obviously, to my career, but like it's not anything that I would ever show anybody, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right with that shit just being where it is, like
Yeah. I see. That's
in the
cool.
abyss or deleted or whatever it's at. Yeah, like I don't need to. I don't ever want to. I don't ever feel the need to like. Most of it is deleted anyway, but it's stuff that I. It's not even like I'm ashamed of it. It's just like for me, there's no point in you know, I have so much shit. There's no point in even going back to that. There's shit that you
Yeah.
know, I got shit that's out on my Bandcamp right now that's still from like 2018 that niggas can go listen to if they want to. There's no
Uh-huh.
reason to listen to like 2012 raps and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
That's cool. Um, so I was wondering, ever since I've been following you, in your Twitter username, you've had the name like well, I'm pretty sure it's always been there. It says Marion Bands or something or like
Marion Woods.
Oh yeah, Marion Woods. Marion Bands is from that
Marion
GTA
Woods.
soundtracks, yeah. Yeah, Marion Woods. What's that? Who's Marion Woods?
Bro, honestly, I'm just like, I got that shit on reserve, nigga, because I was like, you know, that's a decent rap name too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was
Okay,
just like,
cool.
fuck it. I put that shit on reserve, nigga. It's like, nah. Honestly, at the time, this is funny as hell. Honestly, at the time, because, you know, I make a lot of different music and shit. And so I had like an R&B project that I was working on and shit. You know, you've listened to some of my shit. You had Plantation, I'm pretty sure, way back in the day. Other shit like that, The Real Skull Face. You've heard
Mm-hmm.
like a
Yeah.
lot of the shit that I've done in alternate genres, the
Yeah.
fucking Love Tiger, Sunshine
Yeah.
Demo, you know, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So for a minute, I was thinking about like, okay, do I give that like a branching path so they can exist under a different name, so it can have a chance to kind of like do its own thing? Because I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I'll ever get niggas that are really into, you know, the niggas that are really into drug money or I don't know if they'll ever swing all the way over there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was kind of like, all right, do I do that? Do I try to be two different people at a time? And I was like, actually, I really don't give a fuck like that. I'm just making music.
Yeah.
Everything that I make don't have to come out. Some of this shit is just for my own enjoyment and my own pleasure, even if it is really good, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of shit. Like I know a lot of painters where they just got shit in the garage, nigga. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at a lot of the music that I'm making now. So originally, when I came up with that name, it was gonna be like an alter ego or some other shit that I was trying to launch.
Uh-huh.
But now, any like creative endeavors that I would do outside of hip hop, it would still go under Taylor Banks. I don't really give a fuck no more like
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, I just have never got around to changing it. Now it's like it's just a part of me. So it's like I
I
get
see.
emails all the time where niggas think my real name is Marion, where they're like, "Hello, Marion," because they're like, "Well, it's obviously not Taylor Banks, so maybe his name is Marion." But
Yeah,
like,
that's
but
funny.
nah, honestly, it was either that or Trip Fontaine. I had Trip Fontaine for a little while, and then I switched it to Marion Woods, and then I just left it. And for
Uh-huh.
a minute, when I was trying to change my name on Twitter, they was like, "Nah, you can't change your name. That's not approved." Yada yada yada, all this other shit. I was like, "Nigga, what is y'all niggas on right now?" So I just left that shit alone.
Damn. That's that's funny. So I was wondering, okay, so this is one thing I want to clarify. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the triple dollar sign production crew includes Teller Banks as a producer, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, bet. Yeah, because like I feel like everyone's just saying the album's produced by Ayashi, Cuno Rap Name, Phil Spector, and Killer Kane. So I just wanted to clarify that you're also contributing production.
Yeah, but that came a little bit like later. It's kind of all been evolving. You know what I'm saying? Especially in this last like few months.
Hmm.
So now the triple dollar sign production team, there's like shit. As far as producers go, there's like seven of us,
Hmm.
seven or eight of us. You know what I'm saying? The total team, there's like 10, sometimes 15 of us. It depends on the day.
Hmm.
But like, yeah, as far as like what we're actually doing in terms of, because really, so the shit that we're doing now, like Hate Island is Hate Island was still like us figuring it out, if that makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
Drug Money was really the beginning of it. That's really like figuring it out. That's like the infancy stage of all the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hate Island is like, okay, we know what we're doing. Like, we got this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This next iteration of albums that we got is like, Q is part of a band called You're All Cowards.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of came up with this, I call it a new genre. They call that shit trunk jazz. So all of these niggas be up on stage improvising live on their NPCs. They're playing shit all at the same time. They're like making the beats live on stage, like doing the shit. It's
Uh-huh.
him, 16, and Chop the Head that are doing this shit.
Uh-huh.
And so they, the time that I went to Philadelphia after that, like we kind of all got together, and so it was like, all right. On the next album that we're putting out all together, we got like 7 people making beats all at the same time, all together, like a band. So even when I
Damn.
go on the road now, I was telling niggas like Teller Banks is actually a 7-piece trunk jazz ensemble based in Philadelphia. I'm not even a person no more. The way that we make the music now is it's so tied into that, like it really is like a band. We have to do it live, we have to practice it, we have to play it, we're recording it in live. A lot of the songs, like a lot of the songs on the next album, it's like they're making the beat while I'm rapping on that shit.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That
we
is
doing
fucking
crazy shit right now.
insane.
Yeah, so we
Bruh,
got
that's
like
crazy. Did
yeah,
you get
so
like
now
any
like I
like
would say,
did you get any
let me
like
see.
behind the scenes footage of that?
Oh yeah, we got all kind of footage, man.
Okay, bad.
That shit's not coming out anytime soon. That's the
Yeah.
thing, is like really just like trying to give Hate Island its proper due, because I feel
Hmm.
like it's an amazing album, right? And I want it to live and kind of like breathe on its own,
Yeah.
you know. But we already have the next the next 2 albums are for sure done, and then we're working on the third's way through the third right now. Probably the next time I'm going back out to Philly at the end of the month to do a show with Lana, which is a band that Chop the Head is in.
Yeah, I saw they're releasing
Yeah,
something on
so we'll
Fused
probably
Era,
take
right?
What's up?
They're releasing something on Fused Era, right? Or am I getting them mixed up with someone else?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, nah,
I
they
saw
are.
that.
They're dropping with Fuse there. They're one of the best bands I've ever heard in my life.
All right, bet. I'll check it out. Sounds good.
Yeah, I do not say that shit lightly. I am a purveyor of white folks' music.
Right.
I'll be in there.
Uh,
You know what I'm saying? I might have fucked up and let the motherfuckers in when they was doing Sinners. When they started getting to that, man, don't let the motherfuckers in. Man, they put a little Radiohead on. They might have fucked me up. I might have let them niggas inside for real.
That's so funny.
Come on here with that good music.
Oh, no.
I don't know, man. These seem like some good white folks to me. They playing Van Morrison. Hold on, cousin.
That's crazy.
They might be all right.
That's funny as shit.
All right, so how did the like production team even like first come together? Was it like intentional or was it by chance?
My video of I clicked the fucking ad for Yahoo and that shit took me away. Zoom bogus as hell for that. They could have got a nigga fired. I could have been doing serious business. This is serious business. They don't,
Yeah,
man. Listen,
bruh. That's funny as fuck. But yeah,
my
no, I
fault.
mean, we don't have to like be like super professional because that's, I can use the power of editing.
My nigga said I'm using the power of technology. I
Absolutely.
appreciate that for real.
Of course.
But yeah, man. Nah, honestly, them niggas are already friends. They do Flip a Beat Club together. And so they had
Oh,
already been
right.
making beats together. Q's already in You're All Cowards. They kind of have already been doing this thing. So they kind of got together and was like, all right, we're going to make beats together. with the intention actually of having somebody rap on it, because they have been doing that already for years, just to like make shit
Mm-hmm.
for the enjoyment of making shit together, hanging out with the homies. They all use the same technology and shit. They all understand it in different ways. So the shit they can make together is like cool. They just kind of like doing that. You know what I'm saying? And so they had made this batch, and they were like, yeah, like I think it was from what they told me, I'm pretty sure it was Kane that was
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, we should send these to Teller Banks. And then it was all like, all right, word, yeah. And then Q had got my number at one of the fucking shows that I've been to in New York. I forget what it was. We had hooked up on some shit and
Mm-hmm.
kept in touch from there. And he had sent me a pack of beats that they had all made. You know what I'm saying? He sent me probably like 8 beats or like 10 beats. I
Mm-hmm.
probably rapped on like 8 of them and sent them back that day because I told him, I texted him back in the group chat. I didn't even have none of their numbers saved. And I was just like, I don't know who opened the portal. Somebody drew the pentagram. Like, I don't know who did it. Because I don't usually be writing a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I kind of need different kind of inspiration to write. Like, everything that I do, usually even when I listen to beats, it's like, if I hear the beat and I like it, I'm writing to it and recording it, mixing it, and mastering it all in the same session
Mm-hmm.
before I move on to the next song. I don't really do like, you know, rough takes or like demos and shit like that. I kind of take everything from start to finish as I'm doing it before I even move on. So I didn't really even know it was in the pack. I was just going through and recording these songs, and everything just kept being heat. So I sent them back, you know what I'm saying, the pack of shit that I had already done, like the six, I think it was either 6 or 8 songs.
Mm-hmm.
And them niggas was like, what the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? I was like, yo, it's Teller. Like, this nigga Q sent me the beats and shit. So I think I'm the first rapper that they produced for all together as a group like that. I don't
Uh-huh.
know if I'm the first rapper that they all did shit with. You know, Q's been doing shit for a minute. He had the Living Room album that came out. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure before that I rapped on there. You know what I'm saying? I know they've all had relationships with other rappers, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I was the first one to kind of like put it together, made it stick. I was the one that kind of even, the triple dollar sign moniker. I just put that on the back end of one of the songs because I didn't know what to call it in terms of
Yeah.
being produced by. So I just put $3 signs in the parentheses, and
Uh-huh.
then we've been running with that shit ever since. So now it's like all the albums that we've done, it's like everybody's gotten everything equal. So when it was just 3 of us, we split everything 4 ways. When it was
Mm-hmm.
4 of us, we split it. You know what I'm saying? When it was 4 of them and 1 of me, then we split it 5 ways, right? Because then Ayashi joined on like halfway through Drug Money. But
Mm-hmm.
he's always been their man's. It's not like he came on late, like I'm the new nigga. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
he got equal portion of everything that everybody got. Same thing with Hate Island now when it was, more people involved, everybody got their equal share of it. So now even on the next one, it's 10 of us, everybody's gonna get 10, you know what I'm saying, split everything 10 ways as far as like how we're actually moving and working on shit. Like this is like we like the new Griselda out here, man. We like the new motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Except for it's like a bunch of producers and like a couple rappers.
Now Teller kind of answered it. I was gonna ask like how often do you work on music? Cause like the shit you was describing is kind of crazy. Like just like a lot like the just a lot of recording and like how often are you like working on music? Like for me, it takes me a
Shit.
while to like write shit to work on stuff. Like I don't know. Like
I work on music every day. I haven't worked like a job on paper really ever. You know what I'm saying? I've done like construction. I've worked like carpentry most of my life. I started doing framing like houses and shit when I was like shit, probably like 12 or 13. You know what I'm saying? So the work that I've always done is kind of allowed me to move around and do shit, outside of like other shit that I'm doing where it kind of, I've always kind of had that availability. So even when I was kind of at the point in my life when I was kind of deciding what I was going to do, if I was going to like start working for real or if I was going to really pursue music, you know what I'm saying? I was working with a whole other group of people out here in Des Moines, and we all, we had locked in. We was doing a lot of events. We was making a lot of money off of doing events, and what I'm saying, coordinating events, hosting events, throwing art shows and concerts and different shit like that. So we had kind of bought a house together and was living kind of in a music commune, where that was the first time that I really had my own studio. So we moved into that house probably in like 2019. I'll probably say pretty much like I'll probably say at least like I'll probably say most every day that I've been in my house, that I'm at home since like 2019, I've worked on music to some capacity, like every day, whether it be producing or mixing. I don't write like I make more beats than anything. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at home, most of the time, like I'm working on beats, I'm working on production. Um, I've really been working a lot in the last couple of years on like my mixing and mastering and just like recording, engineering, just in general. That's been the biggest difference I feel like in terms of the success of my music from like this last year and this year in terms of the other years, is I didn't really know what I was doing as far as like the mixing and mastering, like especially on the mastering end. I always had good ideas on the mixing, but the execution kind of be like fucked up sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like, I've been blessed to have like the ability to have my schedule be open to do that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I take advantage of it just because I know that, like, you know, especially the shit that I have now, like it doesn't even seem like a lot. You know what I'm saying? But even the setup that I have now is something that I never really would have thought I would have. I used to make beats on an old like Dell laptop that was like 3x4 and shit, where you had to scroll left to right to see the whole internet. Like, my first microphone I made myself out of Skull Candy headphones and shit. I used to have to plug it into the little microphone jack in the desktop on the Dell. I still have the old Dell desktop shit sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I've always, once I had the opportunity to like really lock in, I was like, if nothing else, I'm gonna work on the craft of actually making music. You know what I'm saying? Which ended up paying off because at the end of the day, niggas stole my house, niggas took all the studio equipment, niggas took everything. I had to build everything back up from scratch. But the shit, all the financial shit, everything else that I would have invested into in that time would have been taken away from me. But nobody could take away the actual skills that I was able to gain from just like actually working on shit. Like I always think about shit like athlete, you know what I'm saying? It's like Kobe Bryant, nigga. This sound corny as hell when I say it to other niggas, but I be thinking this shit in my head all the time, right? But like Kobe Bryant, nigga, lived his whole life about basketball. You know what I'm saying? That nigga ate food that was gonna make him better at basketball. That nigga slept for basketball purposes. Everything that nigga was doing was basketball because that's what that nigga was trying to achieve. And so it's like, if I'm gonna have all of these circumstances kind of open up and give me the opportunity to do music in this way, I would feel like I was like slapping niggas in the face that don't have the opportunity to work on music. You know what I'm saying? In that kind
Yeah.
of capacity. If I'm just sitting at the crib kicking it and I got all the shit to be able to make music and I'm like fucking off, you know what I'm saying? And I know there's niggas out there that's like needing to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of the time, like it's hard for me to like writing is something that like, you know, I try to save and for like in the moment. Like I don't even like to write if I'm not able to record in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
whatever energy I'm feeling at that time, I feel like it's just as important for as anything else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of time that I spend working on music is mixing and mastering and like production. I made like so many beats I can't even count them. I've never sent them to nobody to rap on. I've made beats I've made albums I've produced, but it's really just more about my own enjoyment of making music. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's nothing else that I really like doing more than that. So it's like I play the video game every now and then, but I'm still playing Madden. Like I think it's 2023. My
Yeah.
franchise, nigga, I done started that bitch over twice. I'm in year 2047 with these niggas right now. We don't won every game ever.
That should be
You know what I'm
fun. Like
saying?
in the 2K just playing people
Yeah,
pausing the
I hop
people.
on that bitch. I can play one game at a time. You know what I'm saying? But then it's like, all right, I don't know. Even as
What?
far as like, I think the biggest difference in terms of this year has been like, even that, right, is learning when to, okay, even draw back on that and spend more time doing administrative shit, right? Like, okay, let me actually send some emails. I've made it this far without emailing niggas. Let me see what happens if I email some niggas. Let me see what happens when I do some press releases. Let me see what happens, if I
Yeah.
actually make the effort and do some shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of funny. Like I think it's kind of ironic in a sense. Like I've made the playlist and all the shit on all the other albums, and we never sent no emails to niggas. This time we actually actively tried to make the playlist and shit and didn't make none of them. You know what I'm saying? But like I still am gonna do it. You know what I mean? It's like I've learned, like, okay, if I actually want this to be my job, I'm gonna have to I can't put less amount of hours into it than I would working for anything else. So it's like when I was doing construction, my nigga, I'd be putting in 8 to 10 hours a day for some shit I hated. So I better be willing to put in 8 to 10 hours a day for the shit that I actually am trying to do for real.
Yeah.
Which sounds crazy, but like, nigga, I got, even right now, like I've put out even shit with, if I count shit that I've deleted, I've probably put out like 40 plus albums. I got like 10 albums that I'm sitting on right now. I'm working on albums and shit for other people. It's like I'm really just making music like my day to day. I'm trying to even get out of the other shit that I'm doing outside of music completely. You know what I'm saying? If I could live my whole life off of music, that's really what I'm trying to get into. And it's like accepting the fact that it's actually a fucking grind. You know what I'm saying? That I'm putting myself into it, like being willing to do that grind like every day. I feel like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's gonna pay off.
Do you ever like making art in other mediums other than music?
Shit. Yeah, I mean, I fuck around. I do, I don't know. I used to draw and do shit like that, but honestly, right, like now, like nah, not really. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, I write other shit. Like I do I watch. I'm into film. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I do a lot of like, on the side. Like I've been trying to do voice acting and shit. So I do a lot of monologues and different shit like that where I'm just pitching myself as a voice actor or even other shit where I'm trying to, do more shit as far as like just more visual shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm hard to work with, like in general. I'm real picky and particular about just like every aspect of everything. And so the visual, I hardly ever put out visuals and shit like that because most of the time I hate them. And a lot of the cameramen and people that I work with are like friends of mine.
Yeah.
So I don't be wanting to like fuck the friendship up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
By being like, nigga, I really hate this. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time I just kind of refrain. But once I kind of figure out, I don't want to say how to do it myself, but once I kind of figure out how to translate that vision for either somebody else to be able to do it in a way that you know they're okay with, right? Like I really just need a cameraman, and sometimes it's hard when you're dealing with a lot of like creatives. You know what I'm saying? They're just like they want to get their shit off too, right? Where it's like if I
Yeah.
hire a trumpet player, it's like I want you to play these 3 notes. And you're like, okay, but what if I did some crazy shit? And I'm like, all right, my nigga, I don't want that.
Niggas
You
forget
know
how
what I'm saying?
collaborative this
But
really
I
is.
understand you trying to get your shit off because I too am an artist. You feel me? Like I
Yeah.
get that, but I really just need a nigga to hold this camera in the exact way that I'm telling him to do it. You know what I'm saying?
This is not
But I respect
collaboration.
niggas enough not to even ask that right now because I'm like, yo, I don't have a chicken to just be telling niggas what to do. So once I get the chicken to be able to just tell niggas what to do though, I'm gonna have a nigga standing in the spot where I tell that nigga to stand and hold that motherfucker exactly how I told him to hold.
Yeah,
You
I'm
feel what
not
I'm
gonna
saying?
lie. What you describing is so real. Like I be feeling that all the time. Like where I be having these specific ass ideas, and I'm like, damn, this is kind of elaborate. And I just am not the nigga right now to be like telling people like you got to do it this exact. Like I just gotta kind of take like what I can get. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Or just not do it. Like,
Yeah.
it's
And
like
that's I used to take what I
yeah.
could get and then I realized like actually this is causing such a detriment to my mental well being that I'm better off not doing it. And then I realized like honestly, like a lot of the shit around content, bro, is like a fucking psyop, my nigga. Like Instagram needs you. You don't really
Yeah.
need Instagram for shit. Instagram doesn't make anything. There'd be nothing on Instagram if niggas didn't put shit on there. And
Yeah.
so it's like even 9 times out of 10, like niggas would be telling you to do the most redundant content that ever existed that niggas just skip past all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it's like I've never fucking I don't follow Kendrick Lamar on Instagram any fucking way, right? Like I don't follow Kendrick Lamar on Twitter anyway, right? So it's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
once you get to a certain level, shit's just gonna persist anyway. But
Mm-hmm.
beyond that, I ain't never seen a nigga do a get ready with me video and it made me want to fuck with that nigga music.
Yeah. It's just
You know what I'm saying? Or like any of the shit that they be trying to be like, yo, here's the content tip, do this, do that. Like none of that shit has ever made me want to fuck with a nigga's music. The shit that has always made me want to fuck with a nigga's music has been like other niggas being that I know have good opinions on music being like, yo, this shit's hard.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like whatever medium you got to go through to reach them. And a lot of times it's a lot of grease work, right? It's like, before Nick Marsh had a platform that was popping, he just had a platform he was trying to build. You never know where niggas is going to end up. But it's like all the small platforms and shit that you going to fuck with now, all the small producers you going to fuck with now, all the small show bookers that you going to fuck with now. Like, I've been doing this shit now for like fucking 10 years now, right? So it's niggas that started out as a photographer for a nigga who's managing like major niggas now,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the nigga who started out as just this nigga over here. He the A&R for Rock Nation right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time you never really know where niggas is going like in depth. You know what I'm saying? When you fuck with them, everybody's trying so hard to like reach up to the shit that's above them already. When it's like, yo, this nigga over here might be writing for Complex in the next 5 years though, and you're still going to be making music in the next 5 years. It might take you 5 years to ever establish a brand because everything is just attrition. Like niggas is gonna see your name, nigga, 1,000 times before they ever decide I should click on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Nah.
real as fuck.
I'm even saying that it's niggas I've been following for almost a decade now. They following me back now because it's just like this shit with Hate Island. They done seen it enough times where they like, all right, I give. Like he's finally cracked the threshold where I can check this shit out and it doesn't feel weird or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like there's always a barrier, right? There's like an immersion. That's what I talk about. It's like in film all the time, right? Like good films are the one that have a lot of good films have like the best immersion. You know what I'm saying? You get lost in them when you're watching it. It's almost like you're not like you're aware of the fact that you're watching a film always, right? But you're not like actively aware of the fact that you're watching some shit. Like that's what fucks up soap operas for a lot of people, right? It's like you see it and it's like, yo, this is clearly some shit, right? Like this is clearly not really happening. You know what I'm saying? It's like Marvel movie ain't really happening, but the way that it's presented to you, the sound, the lighting, everything that's in it, it's like there's enough of shit there to where it's like if you allow yourself to get lost in it, they don't break immersion on their own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I look at a lot of shit with like I don't know. That's how I look at shit. A lot of shit with like music, right? Whether it be the sound or the sonics of it, or even like you as a person, right? The way that people are going to support you the most is like if they don't even see you really like a person, they see you like a piece of art or something that serves that one function. So
Yeah.
then it's like, okay, the immersion's not broken when I get to fucking with this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's like even if this nigga talks about other shit, he always exists to me in this space of like an artist space.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll fuck around and retweet this nigga a picture of this nigga on my page and not think nothing of it. When it's like I would never just post another nigga in a fit pic on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll do West Side Gun. That nigga's not even really a person. That nigga's West Side Gun. Like what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You become
Mm-hmm.
like an abstraction in like the person's like mind, really. Like.
Yeah, that nigga never breaks immersion. You always gonna see this nigga as West Side Gun. He always, even if he at the airport at 6 in the morning, he got the big ass bracelet on.
Yeah.
Like that's that wrestler shit. They call that shit. I've been calling it K5 because I'm fucking fancy. But I just realized that shit was called
K-pop.
Kayfabe. I thought I'm stunning
K-pop
niggas.
is crazy.
I'm like, yo, it's K5.
You could rhyme that with key fob. That would be fire.
The bougie
Right.
wrestling slang is crazy.
Bougie wrestler slang, nigga. I was like, I think I'm up on something. Hold on, man. And then they was like, no, it really is kayfabe. I was like, oh damn, okay. I tweaked. My bad. I thought
Um,
this was like a foreign word.
so the first time I ever heard a performance from Teller Banks was back in 2020. I believe it was April of 2020 when you were featured on a song called Empty Stomachs by Sequence on the
Oh
Bloom album.
yeah.
And I was like, so that whole album was like that album kind of like changed my life, by the way. But um
Good ass
that
album. Shout
yeah,
out
that
to
was
Sequence, man.
yeah, and Killer Kane was on that album too, and he was really that I really liked Killer Kane. And
None
now
of this
Killer
shit None of this shit happens without Sequence. I'm not gonna hold you. That nigga
exactly,
taught
bro.
me how to use the internet. Like he literally taught me how to make friends on the internet. I didn't even think that was a real thing. And then like yeah, like even if you look at the like branching paths, it's like yeah, Kane fucked with Sequence. He
Yeah.
probably knew who I was from Sequence. Ed
Uh-huh.
Glorious for sure found out who I was from Sequence.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You found out who I was from Sequence. Like
Yeah.
yeah, nah. Shout out to Sequence.
Yeah, and so I was already that was
Hey,
my
y'all
that
stop fighting. Sorry, my kids in here
no,
cutting
you
up.
good. I love whenever like I'm on the phone with someone who has kids and I can just hear their kids in the background making noise. It's always funny to me.
Yeah.
Um, so
These niggas in here playing Grand Theft Auto 3.
Bloom was also my introduction to Sequence himself. And I was listening to the album, I was like, yo, this dude's really dope. His voice is really unique. So I already thought Sequence had a really unique voice. And then on that song, I think you're on the last verse, but your voice just cuts through like a fucking chainsaw. And
Yeah.
that was the main thing that caught my attention was the voice. And I was like, yo, I need to follow this guy. That's my favorite song on the album. That song is like very special. Um and shout out to Northside Shade, by the way. Um
Shout out to Northside Shade. Damn.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Shout out to that nigga, man.
Um and then the first actual project from you that I heard was that the same year? I think it was The Grotesque and Beautiful. Was that 2020?
I think that was either 2020 or 2019. It might have been 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
it
had to
definitely.
be
I think it was.
2020.
Yeah, I think it was 2020.
Yeah. And then yeah, so that was the first time I heard. That was my introduction to Ed Glorious, which Ed Glorious, oh my God, bro, that dude,
Man,
bruh,
shout out to Ed Glorious, man. He
fucking
held me
crazy.
down. We did 5 albums.
Yeah, bro. Speaking of which, the streets, the culture needs the Ed Glorious Teller Banks vinyl box set collection.
Right?
Make it happen.
That would be crazy. All 5 of them.
Yes, bro, that would be
You
insane.
pull that shit out like an accordion.
That shit would be so
That'd be
fire.
nah, that's hard.
I was listening to all of them like recently, and I was like, "Yo, I need all of these, bro."
Yeah.
Um,
Sometimes I listen to them and then I'm so nitpicky. I get pissed off with the way I mix the shit.
mhm.
So I'm like, I've only made it like halfway through the grotesque and beautiful every time because I'm like, God damn it,
Really?
what the fuck was I doing?
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, so do you feel that way about like all the stuff before the grotesque and beautiful too?
Um, a lot of that shit is like hit or miss. Sometimes I go back into it and I listen and I'm like, damn, this shit was better than I remember it being.
Hmm.
But for the most part, like, yeah, a lot of that shit. I'm also just somebody that's like, I don't know. I've always kind of held this opinion. Like, the reason why hip hop is the best, you know what I'm saying, is because we have never not been willing to like behead the king. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
No matter who it is, no matter how acclaimed them niggas are, like we always want to hear the next best nigga. Like niggas always
Yeah.
want to have the next best nigga. It don't matter how high you hold a nigga up on the pedestal, you always want to hear it. And so it's like the shit that holds, like I feel like why hip hop is always progressing, where other genres kind of end up stagnant or like stuck even. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Like niggas can't name a rock band that's popping that came out in the last 5 years. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that shit like on a
I
mainstream level. There's
I
indie
feel like
bands and shit, right? But like on a mainstream level.
People might say
Mainstream.
like Geese or some shit, like, but that's like indie.
Them niggas was a psyop.
I don't know. I know nothing about that. I've never seen a picture. Like I just
Nah,
see the
cuz look
name
that shit
everywhere.
up. Geese is a psyop. That's off the topic. But you're right. Geese did just come out, right? But it's like, think about how big of a genre rock and roll is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you listen to top 40 rock and roll right now, they still playing Aerosmith.
Damn, that's
So
fucking
imagine
crazy.
if you was listening to the hip hop radio station right now and they was still playing Rev Run, like not as a joke. They like really playing that shit.
Yeah.
Yo, the reason why we have Nas is because Rakim was willing to like be better than all the niggas,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he wasn't trying to just be like, oh yeah, I can never touch this, I can never go there, I can never do that. All of the niggas was always like, yo, nah, I wanna be the greatest nigga. And us as listeners, we've always accepted that and moved on from shit. Like we go back and listen to shit right now. Like nigga, there's niggas I love. I go back and listen to some of that shit, and I'm like, damn, this shit's ass in retrospect.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know what
me
I'm
too.
saying? Like, no, you know what I'm saying? And it's not no disrespect to that moment at the time. Like you have to grade shit with what it was at the time. That's the
Mm-hmm.
thing. You can't really like you can give shit two grades, right? But you can't take away from what the shit was at the time either. You know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing you can't never do. But at the same time, it's like I have to like of course I think my old shit is garbage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't be making the shit that I'm making now. Like if I was hung up on thinking that Grotesque and Beautiful was like this masterpiece of a work, I would inherently be trying to do that again, right? Or like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's why it's like I look at all of the shit like, yo, I think the next album after Hate Island is crazy. Like, nigga, I
Mm-hmm.
think that shit is crazier than Hate Island. I thought Hate Island was way crazier than Drug Money. Niggas thought I was crazy when I was saying that. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like, yo, we was telling niggas Hate Island's better than Illmatic. Niggas thought we was crazy. And now it's like niggas are like, yo, objectively, it sounds crazy to say. I don't know if niggas is still comfortable to say it, but they listen to it with an ear to be like, yo, actually, this shit is really good. You
Yeah, I
might not be
mean,
comfortable like knocking certain shit off the hill, right? But at the same time, it's like, yo, when you really look at shit that niggas are doing, it's like, yo, niggas think West Side Gun don't rap good,
yeah.
right? I'm like, yo, this nigga is. That's how high the bar is actually set at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Cause that nigga that rap amazing in all honesty. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of niggas, the underground scene has just become such a thing where it's like, yo, we really had Rock Marcy, Billy Woods, and Kai, and Elucid, and motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, Earl Sweatshirt, and like Mike, all of these niggas at one point in time rapping at the same time at a high ass level with Mock Hami. You know what I'm saying? Like at
Mm-hmm.
a point in time, if you go back like 10 years, even like 2017, 2018, like when Conway and Benny was still going crazy, like nigga, it was niggas was rapping their ass off. It just wasn't on the level of mainstream to where everybody is going to get their shit off on the radio. Everybody's going to get their shit heard. All the shit. It's going to be the same way where it's like, yo, I wasn't tapped into underground hip hop in 2004. I didn't know who Quasimodo was. I'm listening to that shit now though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be niggas who find this shit in 2020 in 2045 that are like, yo,
Yeah. I didn't know who Sean Price was until the day he died. And well, I knew who he was, but I didn't listen to him until the day he died. And now he's like one of my
yes.
favorite rappers of all time. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
mm-hmm.
Like we just now started having shit like, I was born before streaming. I'm 34. So like
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to music like I had to find music at like the second spin or the CD shop for real. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever I could
Yeah.
take the shit that my parents already had, like as terms of like old music, right? Like that's why I
Yeah.
be like a lot of these niggas, that's why like low key, that's why I got beef why I had beef with the Check the Rhyme nigga. We was on a podcast together and shit. And I'm like, yo, why niggas my age always trying to act like they just is like a fucking 90s music fucking encyclopedia and shit. I'm like, I was born in 92. I was 8 years old in 2000. I was
Yeah.
12 in 2004. I didn't start remembering lyrics to rap songs, nigga, until I was at least like 12, nigga, or 13 for real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I didn't start buying and picking my own music until that time. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing all this shit, so it's like, yo, niggas will try to use the streaming era to their advantage to act like, yo, I was this, I was that, I was. And it's like, nah, man, you was just the nigga that didn't ever go to parties. So you didn't like none of the shit that was out. You didn't like Gucci Mane. You didn't like Soldier Boy. You didn't like none of that shit because you didn't. Your parents didn't let you wear no tall tee when you left the house like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. But a lot of time, like niggas will front the reason why, like the 2000 to the 2010 era of music was fucking amazing, and
Mhm.
it don't get the credit that it gets due because the niggas that were actually alive in that era that get credited as like music aficionados are usually nerd niggas that never went outside. So they was still hung up, caught up on the 90s. As soon as LimeWire and Napster and all that shit go out, they going back to listen to every album that ever came out in from 92 to 96, and
Mhm.
then they act like they was actually there. When it's like, nah, nigga, you missed the whole shit that was actually happening. You actually the worst nigga to be a hip hop historian because you was in the house. You don't even know why Lil Jon might have been good to niggas. You have no idea why Pharrell might have been good to niggas, right?
Mhm.
But the other part about it is you wasn't out on the scene like at the fucking Quasimodo show. You wasn't out on the scene like up on MF Doom when Mad Villainy dropped. You wasn't out up on, you know what I'm saying, the shit that was actually underground then neither.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Cause you had to be outside for that at that moment. There wasn't no internet. None of that shit was available until streaming later.
Yeah.
MF Doom used to be just like some nigga you heard about. It was like, nigga, what was these white people talking about?
Yeah, like
No disrespect to my man, you know what I'm saying? But if you wasn't actually there, like nigga, I was in Denver.
Mhm.
So where would I have come? You know what I'm saying? What record shop was I gonna go to that was just stocking MF Doom in 2006, 2 years after the CD came out? That was like not on a major label.
yeah, it was like something you'd have to stumble onto.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is a lot of these niggas, they be my age trying to actually act like they 50. They be my age trying to act like they was in the club in 96 when Pac dropped. And it's like, my nigga, you was actually 5. You had no idea who the fuck Tupac was, my nigga. You
Yeah,
really
like
didn't. That nigga died. Your mama was sad. You didn't know what the fuck was going on.
yeah, because like it's not a cool position to take that like you just don't know, you know? Like
Exactly.
yeah,
But now with the
it's just
streaming shit,
ridiculous.
you can go back and retroactively put yourself up on all kind of shit. That's why I be telling niggas. I have no problem telling niggas. There's a lot of classic albums and hip hop shit that like niggas will act like, oh, well, you don't know this, and I'm like, nigga, no, I've never listened to that. Why would I listen to Naughty by Nature, my nigga? Like,
Yeah.
no
And like
disrespect to them niggas, but why would I do that if it's not performatively?
yeah, like there's definitely shit that I listened to because I was trying to like expand my rap palette on purpose. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
Like
I'm not saying you shouldn't. Like, I feel like there is to an extent
yeah, once you start
parts of
rapping and
that
shit,
that
you
you should
decide to
do.
like, like yeah.
Yeah, like once I found niggas like, I go back in the niggas catalogs and shit all the time. What I really mean to say is like niggas act like that was always something that everybody could do all the time.
Oh no,
Mhm.
yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, like
So in the time that you was actually alive up until that happened, like there's a lot of shit that you are now trying to act like you were there and witnessed and you trying to speak on 90s hip hop or what was this or what was that and what was, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, my nigga, you were actually 6. You didn't listen to this album for real until you were like 20.
yeah, they can't tell the
And that
full
was
story.
15 years later through technology that didn't, you know what I'm saying? And that's
Yeah.
cool. But it's like when niggas try to act like, no, actually, I'm the hip hop historian because, nigga, I've been on Apple Music the longest. I'm like, nigga, hold on, cousin. Cause niggas can't tell me who Fat Tone is, nigga. Niggas don't know about no OG Stack a Dollar.
So one project I want to make sure I ask about that's on your Bandcamp is The Heist.
Oh hell yeah.
This is definitely like one of the more unique things that's available because it's unlike anything else there.
Yeah,
Um,
the Heist is actually a band.
yeah. Who's the other who are all the like what who makes up the band?
Just me and my homie Mo.
What does is he like the does he do all the
He
music?
he's the guitarist and the lead vocalist, and then I'm doing all the like synths and the drums and engineering. I do some backup vocals on there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh, yeah, we do a lot of stuff. We kind of just like, he just plugs his guitar in. That motherfucker's a genius on the guitar.
Hmm.
So I really just kind of go off of whatever he's doing. He just kind of plays, and then I kind of build up stuff around him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Um, what's his name again?
His name is Mo. He don't really have an artist name. This nigga's a
Okay.
this nigga's an anarchist. We're both anarchists, but this nigga's like he lived the life that afforded anarchy for real. I don't
Hmm.
even know where he's at right now. This nigga's like, yeah, he's living a good life. I fuck with him. That's like one of my best friends ever.
That's what's
The
up.
That's
most
tight.
dangerous man on the planet.
Um, so I remember I didn't hear. Wait, let me see. What month did The Grotesque and Beautiful come out? Yeah, so it came out sort of towards the
October?
end. Yeah, sort of towards the end of the year. Um, so I didn't get my review up until like January of 2021. But this isn't really a question. I'm just gonna bring this up because I think it's kind of funny. Uh, it was on my second Twitter account that I posted it because my original account got banned right at the end of 2020. And then when I posted the review, you DM'd me and you were like, "Yo, thanks for the review. I can't retweet it because my account is lost," or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Damn, it's going
They
around."
was putting me through hell on Twitter for a minute.
Yeah, me too. That's what I'm on like my third account.
What did y'all do?
I
Well,
was threatening niggas with violence too much.
me too. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I got in a lot of trouble low key, but we're good now. Um, so then yeah, more stuff came out. A lot of stuff has come out since then. So The Big Lebowski, for people who are listening, if you're not like as um experienced with Teller's discography as I am, I will recommend if you want to get a better idea of what he's capable of production wise, I think a very good showcase of his skills is an EP called The Big Lebowski, The Story of Eastside Jesus. Though that production is crazy. And if you want to just do it quickly, just do if you want to just listen to one song just to get an idea, Baker's Pan, listen to that. That instrumental is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite beats. I like
Yeah.
that one. And then, damn, White People Stole My House, the album is probably some of my favorite production I've done too.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
was really good. Yeah, I gotta cop that off Bandcamp since it got
Yeah, White
stolen.
People. They done stole my shit off of streaming, man.
That's crazy.
Fuck Rock Nation. Honestly. Them niggas buttered me up, man. They sent me the beta thing. They was like, yo, you've been invited to try Rock Nation distribution. We're the number one distribution platform now. Da 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 da, all this shit. I was like, oh, okay, word. Yeah, man. I must transfer my whole discography over.
Oh,
I
hell
ain't had
no.
none of the problems with them niggas since I joined them. And
That's
like,
Mm.
they don't
crazy.
have real people. I be trying to talk to these niggas and they be like, word, yeah, we got your request. And then they'll send me an email right after, be like, did we help you? I'm like, nigga, no. Not
That
yet. Like, I hope
sucks.
this isn't the follow up. I hope you don't think this shit's resolved, nigga.
That's
In all
crazy.
caps,
I done
no.
asked them niggas about 6 times what happened to that album. Every time they're like, we are gonna get right on that. And they're like, did we solve your problem? I'm like, no, nigga.
They're like,
That's
don't
so
email this
annoying.
email back.
Let's submit
They
it
be
to
hitting me back from the do not reply email. I be replying to it.
That's a sign of pure frustration. I've definitely done that
Yeah,
before
for
too.
no reason. They be emailing me back like, why did you do that? I'm like, nigga.
I'm
That's
trying to
funny.
erase the line that says "Do not reply."
Literally,
All
it's in
right.
big ass capital letters. Do not reply at so so. I'm like, nigga, fuck that. I'm replying.
I read
Um, have you been listening to anything dope recently?
Shit. Fuck. What have I been listening to recently? The Lana album, which
Mm-hmm.
isn't out yet, but it comes out on April 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. What have I been listening to, dog? I gotta look and see. Honestly, I haven't been listening to shit. I'm not gonna hold you.
Is there anything you
I
want
haven't
to
been
hate
listening
on?
to no new shit. Honestly, I be in once I'm working on albums, I be in like almost like method acting. So the two albums I've been listening to on repeat have been Tupac All Eyes on Me
Mm-hmm.
and T.I. Urban Legend.
Okay.
Fire.
Yeah. And I just been watching the fucking movie Noah over and over again. It's a terrible movie. It's the fucking worst movie. I hate it. It's fucking horrible. But I've watched it at least 10 times. I'm gonna watch it at least 10 more just because it's important to what I got going on right now. I can't escape it. It's the worst fucking movie. It's fucking horrible. I hate it. But so yeah, I've just been watching this movie because every time I've been talking to people involved in the project about what it's about, like the album and shit. Niggas are like, "Have you seen the movie Noah?" And I'm like, "Nah, hell nah." So then I watched it. I'm like, "This shit is terrible." And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, "Let me watch it again to see how bad it is." And then I've just been watching it over and over again. I'm like, "Okay, let me see what I can find about this movie that I enjoy." Like, I hate this movie so bad. There's got to be a meaning in it. What's the meaning of this fucking terrible movie?
Mm-hmm.
And then so I kind of found it, but it's still so bad. It's a long fucking slog of a movie. It's fucking awful. At no point in time is it enjoyable.
But you gotta keep
Like,
watching it.
you
It
can keep
looks
all
like
the shit
it
in me
looks
about me
like dog
talking
shit.
about the movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
yeah. But like, yeah, no, it's a long slog, horrible movie. I have it downloaded on my phone from the Fandango app. I watched it like 6 times to and from Philadelphia, at least in the last week. I fucking hate it.
That's
Can't stop watching it. I'm just watching it. I got my notes, like app note on this fucking movie. Like it's got to be at least 7 pages right now.
mhm.
Oh, I love that.
That's
Yeah.
God damn. I don't think I've ever written anything in my notes out of that long, or that's
Oh
that long.
man, yeah. No, the fucking see. That's the thing about I don't even know how to explain it. Like even why I feel like Hate Island did so well is because it's like every time I'm able to talk about it, I can reveal another layer of it that makes people be like, oh shit, I need to go back and listen to that again. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I was telling somebody else, I was like, yo, like I'm actually about to start doing it on Genius because I started writing them in my notepad. I just need to finish them up. But like I have little written explanations about each song for the thing. They're each like a few pages. You know what I'm saying? So like I was like, damn, I low key wrote like a fucking I don't even know, like a fucking 30-page paper about the fucking album low key, like song by song on accident. Just like
Yeah.
this is this like part of my process now about putting albums together. Because I'd have made so much shit, right? Where it's like I'd have made so much shit that was good on accident. And I was like, yo, man, like, all right, eventually I'm gonna run out. I gotta start being more intentional about what the fuck I'm actually trying to do with these albums or what I'm setting out to create or like you know what I'm saying? So the next few albums that I have coming down the pipeline are like, I'm not gonna say they're all like concept albums in a way that I feel like concept albums in a traditional sense are kind of like boring. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But they're concept albums in the same way that like Hate Island is very much a concept album.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's just not like a drag to listen to.
Yeah. I I've been it's been like I said, it's been really exciting to see how much praise it's getting. and I've been sending it to a shit ton of people. I sent it to BZ430 of Dead End Hip Hop, and he said it's dope as hell. Um, I messaged Anthony Fantano about it, and he was like, "What do you like about the album?" I'm assuming there's a concept, right? And then I wrote him like a long ass essay in his DMs, and then he never responded. So,
Yeah, he's an
um,
asshole, man. People have been harassing him about this shit, which was crazy to me because I was like, yo, I didn't even tell niggas to do this, but now I have to support them in this. Like, I
uh-huh.
can't just leave niggas out here like telling Fontenot to listen to my shit and I'm just ignoring it.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man, I gotta tell niggas, hey, I gotta start telling this nigga. So, that shit really kind of like, yeah, man. I feel like he didn't review it on purpose just to prove that he still has the power. Where I'm like, you low key a bitch for that, but I respect it though. Like you're
Uh-huh.
like a bitch, and like it's like not like a bitch, like ooh you little bitch. It's like you got me, you bitch. You know what I'm saying? That type of
Like,
shit. You know what I'm saying?
well played.
Yeah, well played, you motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's
That's
really
funny
what
as
it
fuck.
was. But I fuck with him though. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Professor Sky though, I fuck with him tough.
Yeah, I was
He
so
was
happy
talking
to
about the
see
shit.
that.
Yeah, and then really
That was
like,
dope.
you know, all the little platforms, like that be the biggest thing. All the little platforms, like people really care. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it'd be like the bigger names and shit, really all that does is like give other people, you know, permission to like big your shit up further.
Hmm.
Or the chick that you went to fucking high school with that's been following you on your socials for 10 years, who's always been knowing you made music, they not gonna fuck with your shit until the Pitchfork article come out type of shit, right? Because now
Yeah.
it's like now it's real to them. You know what I'm saying? Which I'm not saying is a negative or I'm not taking anything away from that.
Uh-huh.
Everybody's not like living music every day, right? So it's not like everybody's always gonna care or understand what the fuck is going on, or
Hmm.
even be like, I don't feel entitled to niggas doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But that's really what the purpose that shit serves. You know what I'm saying? The smaller platforms and shit be like 10 niggas who really give a fuck.
Yeah.
So if you do something that they really like, then you might have eight niggas at least that buy your album. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or really fuck with you versus you get 1,000 views from casual niggas who are just here looking for some other shit.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like even a lot of things I was telling this nigga from Denver, because like, Denver has some of the worst music media that exists ever. Like they got a platform on there called Mile High Minute that's like the worst shit ever. Them niggas are like knockoff TMZ, but worse than that. And it's like everybody be getting their panties in a bunch about whether or not they like cover their shit or snub their shit. And I'm like, yo, do you not who has ever come up on this platform that you gave a fuck about that you found out from here? It's like all of their traffic comes from either like the popular nigga that they post or like some bullshit that they posted, like a nigga got ran over at the fucking intersection or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
literally, like no bullshit. It'd be like, oh, here's two crackheads fighting in the alley, and it's like
Hmm.
that get 1,000 likes. But anytime they post an artist like for a pay to play slot on their shit, that shit got like 40 likes, and these niggas trying to act like they got fucking 100,000 followers or some shit. Where it's like clearly nobody gives a fuck actually about what you guys are doing as a platform. Like nobody is really tapped in for what y'all's opinion is on music. You sell it. So like
Hmm.
everybody just has genuinely started writing off anything that you usually post about some music, unless it's a nigga with some motion that you collaborate the post with and go post it on. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? I'm not trying to just dump on them niggas all day, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the time, like people give all their energy and attention to the shit that's not gonna cover them, or the shit that's snubbing them, or the shit that's not doing it. And it's like, yo, like when have you ever been on, like a lot of times niggas can't even answer when they've ever been on Pitchfork and discovered an artist.
Yeah. I didn't even know what Pitchfork was till after I started my blog, and I never read their shit. Like I don't think I've read a single
Right.
review of theirs.
You know, I think all that shit's important. I'm not saying I'm not doing that to like shit on writers and shit, right? I just
Oh
think
yeah. No, I
the
agree.
writer is the important part. It's not the platform. Like when I'm
Yeah.
sending my shit to people, I'm not sending it to the platform. I'm sending it to writers who I fuck with, right?
Hmm.
I don't know what platform they might end up being able to pitch the shit on, but at the very least, even if they just wrote about it for their own personal Instagram or album of the year or whatever it is, that shit goes further for me than whatever article it's going to be on the thing, because I actually care more. The reason I sent it to you is because I actually care about your opinion that you've displayed through your writing. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to get the shit on this platform or that. I don't even read them platforms. I follow you. I don't even follow them niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because usually for your opinion on other shit, that's what I follow most of the niggas on Twitter for. So it's like, even like I'm not saying they did or didn't cover it. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But like a Andre G, somebody like that, right? It's like, I would never send you my album because I think you're going to get it in the Rolling Stones. I'll send you my album because I'm like, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like Dylan is somebody like, it's like all the people who I sent the early release of Hate Island to, it wasn't like, oh, these niggas might be able to get me into shit. It's like, okay, let's compile a list of writers who we fuck with. And we all sat in a room together and thought about people who we fuck with that are writers or reviewers that do music blogs and shit, put them all in a thing, and then sent the album to them early. And whatever we got out of it, we got out of it, right? But it was like, at the very least, we know if these people are even talking about the album. Even if we get a tweet or a mention, yo, Hate Island's dope as fuck. August Fanon got to hear the album early. Him chiming in and saying that the album's dope as fuck is like, that probably does, in this realm that we're in, that probably does as much as any Pitchfork rating. I don't know, good or bad. Like, you probably get more motion off the bad Pitchfork rating anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if a nigga gives your shit if a Pitchfork gives that shit a 2.5, I might need to listen to that. Like, how bad is it? You know what I'm saying? That's the Dolomite effect. How terrible is this shit? Hold on now. They might be on to something.
Yeah. Now, I agree with that. Like, it's so, like, I don't know. I feel like niggas be wanting shit for the ego. Like, you want to be in Pitchfork and get the good Pitchfork review just because, like, artists that you fucked with got that, and it just feel good. And the shit that feel good, often the shit that don't pay, often is the shit that like is like useless for you, really, like outside of just making you feel good.
And don't get me wrong, I would love to have it. You know what I'm saying? I just know that. I just know that it's not like, I've had enough of those moments in my career where I know that it's actually, that's not what makes or breaks it, regardless. It's always just going to be some extra shit that you get that like make you feel good in the moment, and then that moment passes, because everything passes. So it's like, the more that you even try to hold on to those monuments from your past, like, I know niggas always be like, yo, make sure you keep, putting your shit up, make sure you keep doing this, make sure you keep clipping your shit, make sure you keep doing that. But it's like, honestly, the more you try to hold on to that past shit, like, that's what be putting niggas into like psychosis. You know what I'm saying? Or like, I don't even know how to explain it, because it's like, all right, if you put all your stock into that, what if you never get it again?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that be the one thing. Like, even with the nigga who was hating on me on the Twitter shit the other day or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Which I didn't know, because the nigga blocked me before he started hating, which I'm like, nigga, how you gonna hate on Hate Island? You're already on the island, brother. Like, you don't know how this works. You know what I'm saying? But like, I analyze niggas' personality. So it's like, yo, I could tell right off the jump. I'm looking at this nigga, his pinned tweet is some old shit from Alchemist, like responding to this nigga or some shit. And I'm like, yo, you put that up over all of the work that you've done since that moment. Like, you value that more than you value anything that you've done with your own hands or your own mind since that point. You just want other niggas to know, like, yo, Alk fucks with this. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this thing is. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even have the context to it. It's just a response to some other shit. You got to really investigate if you want to see even what it is. You know what I'm saying? And then even in the DM where it was like, yo, I got to know if this shit's better than Hate Island. It's like, yo, what is that actually? Like, one of the best things that ever happened to me on Twitter, in my early, like, old Twitter account, Black Thought was active on Twitter at a point in time, right? And so, like, that nigga, we had a little conversation about some shit. We was talking about music. And so at the end of the conversation, I'm like, you always have a timer back on old Twitter, when you was talking to famous niggas, it was like, you always gonna run out of responses. They're not gonna reply to you forever. So you might get like 2 or 3. So you better get your shit off, right? And so once I felt like the conversation was kind of coming to a close, I asked him if I could send him some music, right? This was back like way back in the day when they had first started doing the Jimmy Fallon shit. Like this was like back in the day on my old rap name, like my first rap name ever type shit. And the nigga was like, yo, he added his assistant, this nigga named John, and was like, yo, man, send him the get his information and send him the letter. And I was like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? Like this nigga sent me a letter. So this nigga DMs me like, yo, what's your email? Da, da, da. I'm like, yo, this, that, and the third. Like, thank you so much. All this shit. I'm waiting. I get the email and shit. And it's basically a letter from Black Thought or like from the office of Black Thought. That's just like, hello. Like, you want Black Thought to listen to your music. It's like, you actually do not want Black Thought to listen to your music. Black Thought is not going to listen to your music. Like, that would be the worst thing that ever happened to you right now. Like, if you could do anything for Black Thought would already know who you were. Like, Black Thought's not interested in like doing music with niggas that can't make him money right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So what you're actually seeking right now is validation, and validation would be the worst thing that you could get at this stage in your career. So like, I wish you the best. I'm paraphrasing the shit, right? But it was like basically like read me for filth. You know what I'm saying? So like, what the fuck actually was I gonna do with a Black Thought cosign? And my shit was garbage back then, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm reading the shit. And then I email, I'm like, damn, okay, like this is some real ass shit. At the time, I'm kind of disappointed, but I'm like, I fuck with it. I understand it, right? And I hit the assistant back. I'm like, all right, well, shit, can I send you the album? And the motherfucker was like, well, shit, yeah. Me and him still cool to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like, dead ass. Me and John still follow each other on all the shit. Like, me and him, like, we is close. Like, we've talked about real shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's like my man's for real. And so it was like, that shit taught me, you know what I'm saying, more than anything, where it was like, okay, once I get to the point where I know that it's good, then it is good. It won't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it won't matter who the fuck writes about it. It won't matter who do the shit. It's like, if we didn't get anything from Hate Island, I feel like it was the best shit that I've made so far. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I really actually feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of the shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of even rapper shit, like on some real shit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of us deal with mental health shit. Like, I'm not even trying to like slam dunk on mans no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's why a lot of us do this. You know what I'm saying? This is the substitute for like a diary. This is a substitute for like expressing something that's in us, whether it be like, oh, you know, whether you were the kid that wasn't really always the brightest one or the one that got the shine or the one that got the attention. And now you kind of found your thing. And it's like, it's human nature to want attention. It's human nature to want validation. It's human nature to want to feel like you're important and feel like you're special, feel like you're wanted and desired, or the things that you spend time on are like valid or important to other people. You know what I'm saying? That's all part of human nature. The part where it gets fucked up is when you're trying to act like that's not what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And then niggas be trying to like weasel their way around. Like, I don't really care that much, but like, honestly, this is the most important thing ever to me. I sit at home all day and just like hate on nigga shit and listen to other people's shit and wonder why it's not me. And all I ever do is sit and think about why it's not me and why I didn't get the thing and other people are getting it. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the shit starts to get fucked up, because, you know what I'm saying, if we were in a better society, like, people would feel more comfortable even saying that, like, yo, man, I feel like I'm underappreciated right now. Like, I've been working really hard on this thing, and I feel like people just kind of overlooked it. I really appreciate it. People took the time to like listen to this thing I created, or listen or look at this thing I created. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's ever taken that sincere of a route. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, yo, this is actually how I'm feeling, right? You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of because society is like trained us not to. Social media and shit is so detached in a human sense that it's like, even right now, if you were like seeking human connection in any type of sense, right? The worst thing you could do is put it out there like, yo, man, I'm really lonely, actually. I could use a friend. Niggas be like, yo, this weird ass nigga. Hey, stay away. Hey, man, stay the fuck away from that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even
this
though
is not a guy you want to be around.
Right. Every nigga that's ever been alive has been lonely.
Yeah.
Every nigga that's ever been alive has been heartbroken. Every nigga that's ever been alive has felt underappreciated. Every nigga that's ever been alive has felt these things. It's like, what you do with those feelings, though, ends up being the everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've had moments where I felt like I was underlooked or didn't. I put out 5 albums in the same day on my birthday one time.
I
just to be
remember
like, I'm that nigga. And niggas was like, yo, you doing too much, fam. And I was like, damn, bro, it's my birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn, cuz I thought I cooked, you know what I'm saying? I thought I went crazy. And I ended up deleting most of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
was just looking like is there any way
yeah,
to
most of that shit, you know, that shit is gone. Niggas slept. It's gone. It's over with.
I
You
might
know what
still
I'm
have the
saying?
files in my email. I hope I do.
Skullface 777 is still out because that shit is like
Yeah, that
legitimately
one.
gas. But
Yeah.
honestly, it made me look back at all that shit with a fine tooth comb because here I am throwing this fit about niggas not fucking with my shit. And I'm like, okay, let me really listen to it. This is when I was just putting out music like all the time, right? So I was
Hmm.
like, let me really listen to this shit and evaluate it when in my like non-manic, not super creative, not super I'm so gassed about this thing I just made. Let me really look at this objectively and then
Hmm.
be like, okay, like I see what it is that niggas actually don't like about this. I understand it now, right? Like
Uh-huh.
I'm actually providing a service to niggas, right? And so if I've been running a coffee shop, right? And niggas really fuck with the coffee. I just started making some noise with this coffee. Niggas is finally starting to check this shit out. Word of mouth growing. Yo, these niggas got good coffee and shit, right? And so one day, a stranger, a couple, like four niggas decide they gonna go meet up for coffee at my spot, and they walk in, and I'm frying chicken in that motherfucker. I'm like, yo, nigga, today I can fry chicken real good too. Like I just felt like frying chicken in this motherfucker. I got chicken and yeah, like I still can make you some coffee, but like I got chicken and we doing chicken and fries and fish today. And they like, nigga, it doesn't even smell like a coffee shop. It's loud in here, playing music, nigga. It's boilers and shit going. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's not it don't matter how good the chicken is. That's not what they came in here for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it was like that's when I started realizing, like, oh, okay, like this shit's not all about me. It
Hmm.
can't be. If it's shit's all about me, then I'm gonna be by myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like I would say, if anything, by take anything away from what made Hate Island successful is this: it was actually a group effort, and everybody that was involved in it felt so much as a part of it that everybody like and everybody ate, everybody won, everybody feels like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even
Hmm.
just me, like, and that's part of why I feel so good about it. Is that it's like, yeah, I can see nigga when I show the numbers to Ashi, I can see this nigga's face legitimately light up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, like, yeah, nah, nigga, we did this. Like, it's not me, nigga, you did this. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So all of that effort and more me. What about my shit? What about this? What about that? It's like, yo, if you the only way you'll ever get niggas to care about anything you're doing is to compel niggas. You'll never be able to actually convince or tell niggas or do anything. Even if you show niggas, you can show niggas 100 times until they feel compelled. Them niggas is not gonna fuck with your shit. Like it don't matter. And the more you try to make niggas, the less niggas want to do it. So it's like niggas be DMing you their music. Yo, man, check this shit out. That make you hate them niggas.
Yeah.
It make me hate them niggas. I be telling niggas like, yo, you shouldn't do this. I just be asking niggas simple questions like, yo, who do you know that's like successful in the field of what you're trying to do that's gotten there doing this?
Hmm.
And niggas be like, I don't know.
Big Sean.
I'm like, you ain't never gotten a DM from a nigga talking about, yo, check out my music, and you checked it out and was like, yo, this shit hot. And then next year that nigga blew up.
Nah, yeah. You rarely hear that story.
Yeah, it's like
I
niggas
s
be trying to skip the steps.
With that said, I do still remember the name of the first rapper who ever sent me music back before I started my blog. And this was back when YouTube had the option to message people. He
So this is
messaged,
when you were just a human, though. You
yeah,
weren't a writer. You were just a human.
yeah, I would, and I
Because
also,
I was gonna say it's
I was like
different when you're a
12.
writer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's weird. Actually,
Yeah.
that's even weirder. Shit
Yeah.
took a dark turn.
And I was like 12. And his name, should I say his name? He probably
Don't say
doesn't
his
even
name.
exist. Yeah, I won't say
He's
his
probably on a watch list right now. Don't say that.
name. Yeah.
If
But
only he
yeah,
met Black Thought.
it wasn't, needless to say, it was not a good song. But he was like asking for like feedback and shit. And he must have, I don't think it was just me because he had a bunch of comments from random people giving him feedback. And most of them were just saying, you got to switch the flow up.
Yeah. In the nicest way possible, your ass, buddy.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I'm at SneakerCon Philadelphia. Niggas got this moment captured on camera. It looks like a wholesome moment and shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was not. This nigga walked up to me, like beelined it straight to me, and literally was like, "Yo, can I see your phone?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "I make music. I want to show you something." I was like, "All right." So I opened my phone, bro. This nigga goes to my Apple Music, types his name in, adds himself to my shit, favorites himself, adds his single, and downloads it to my phone, my nigga. And then starts walking off. And I'm like, hey, yo, hold on, man. I'm like, yo, hold on, bro. I was like, are you here like trying to network and shit, right? Like you trying to meet people and do shit, right? He was like, yeah. And I was like, this is like a rapper event right now. This is the top shelf premium like cipher. There's a lot of rappers and like managers, producers and shit here. Like, you shouldn't do this. You should actually go and like try to meet people and introduce yourself to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not the way to do this. And nigga looked at me like in my eyes and was just like, for sure. And walked off and started doing it to the nigga like 3 feet away from me.
He got a game plan. He don't give a fuck.
I've encountered people like that before. Like
Me too. Yeah.
The
concerts and shit. Hell yeah.
I tweeted a couple weeks ago. I was like, the next nigga who cuts in front of me in the line at Wendy's is getting shot, and it was because we were in a drive-through. This dude drives up to the window in front of us, and we're like, "Yo, we're in line," and he's like, "Oh, sorry, I got a DoorDash order I got to deliver," and we're like, "Okay." But we're still in line. He's like, all right. And then he like rolls up his window.
Facts. Hey, that nigga punked you. I'm not gonna hold you. He won. So like there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that nigga at the end of the day, was he wrong? Like it depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you judge situations. If you judge it by the result, then no, he was right. He won.
Yeah, he folded, bro. I'm not gonna hold you.
If you look at it in a like Marxist Leninist way, then it's like, yeah, like he was wrong as fuck, and you were right, and niggas should have did everything that you said. I need to stop doing that.
That's funny.
Nah, but
no, man.
To your point about like trying like having to compel people with the music, like that's something I really like about Hate Island. Is like you can hear the intentionality, like just in the flows you get like into and the pockets you get into, and just how you like set up the punch. I don't I don't know, like it was cool like seeing people like review it and like they have like all like cool intellectual reasons why they fuck with it. Like he's like mixture of this and that. For me, it was just like super dope rapping. I was like, this is like I was like, this nigga's going crazy. Like
yeah,
like,
thank you.
Like, this song you rapping like this one and next track. I'm like it was crazy. It was just I was just hearing you just get into different pockets, different voices, different. Like I was like, it's just impressive as fuck. So yeah, like, and it sounded like someone who was rapping with the audience in mind. Like there's parts of there's parts that I can see where like I can rap along to it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not like just some like off kilter, like just like random. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like very structured and like put together like intricately. I don't know. You know
Thank you, man. I appreciate that for real.
Yeah, that wasn't the question. That was just this observation from just fucking with the record. But yeah, good shit.
Nah, man. Thank you.
No, for sure.
That shit means a lot to me.
Can you kind of describe the creative process for the song George and Jax in particular?
George and Jax. Man, all right. I don't remember it too vividly. I just remember before I was leaving Philadelphia, this was the first time. So all of this shit really started coming together pretty quick. Like, I don't think during Drug Money at all, we like actually linked up during Drug Money. I think the first time we all got together was right after Drug Money had came out. So I did that first run of shows with McKinley, and then sometime in September, I had pulled up on all of them. So it was after Drug Money came out, but we were already working on Hate Island. we were already like halfway through Hate Island by the time the Drug Money came out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't really know what Hate Island was gonna be. We kind of had it. We had like 12 songs, and we like kind of swore the album was done in a way. We were like, damn, we already got the next one done. This is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And then we ended up all getting together and like having the first session where all of us were together in person at the same time. Like well, all of us as it stood like then. So all five of us were actually in the studio. Rent Money was there. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we recorded They Hated Jesus and Hate Island. And so both of them songs, it was like I was low key and that bitch faded. And we was just having a good ass time. And we did They Hated Jesus, and that shit came out crazy. And then when we did Hate Island, I just like kind of lost my shit like halfway through the verse. I recorded the verse probably like 3 times. That was probably like my fourth take. There was something I didn't like about each one because I kept going off the rails and freestyling like towards the end. And then I start fucking up or say something I didn't really like that much. I was like, let me do that shit again. They always were like, yo, the take is grass. Like, let's go. But when I finally did the one that was good, it was like, I knew that that was the one. You know what I'm saying? And then I was like, oh shit. Like, this whole album is like starting to come together for me. So we all like, they all packing up, about to leave. Q's the last nigga like with his shit still connected. He's just like he has just like beats on his 404. I don't really know how that shit works, but he's pushing buttons and different beats are playing and shit. And then he starts playing the beat for George and Jax, and I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is that? And he was like, some bullshit I made. I don't fuck with this shit. And I was like, nigga, this shit's fucking crazy. He didn't like the beat for Hate Island either. I don't remember how they made that. They all ended up putting it together. But I remember he put out the first thing, like the sample or whatever it was, whatever he was working on, like he put it out there and was like, I'm done, man. Like, see if y'all can work on some shit with this. Like, I'm beat, and like went to sleep. And then like woke up to me recording the shit. And then, like I said, before he was leaving, he played the George and Jax beat. And I was like, nah, fuck that. Send me that. Cause Q makes so many beats. He fuck around and delete shit that he's never played. He's made beats that he's never played twice. Like they just lost in that nigga's 404 somewhere, or they just on a memory card, or they didn't got overwritten or whatever the fuck. So I'd already been through this before with him. So I made sure he sent me that shit like right away. And yeah, when I got back home, that was like one of the first songs I recorded once I got off the plane and like got all my shit put back together. I was like, no, I need to write this shit. I already had like kind of the melody and shit in my head of how I wanted to do the song. I just didn't have the words for it until I actually got back to my house. And then I was like, I understand like what's happening now.
Was it hard to like perform while you were recording that? Because that's not when I hear it, I'm like, how the fuck is he doing this?
Honestly, it took me a couple of takes, but it was really important for me to do it that way because I was like, I felt like a jazz singer or some kind of shit. I don't know how to explain it. That was just the role that I was like in at that time, like, when I was thinking about it in my head as far as recording the song. George and Jax is a bar in Brooklyn where niggas be playing pool at. Yeah, it's like a dimly lit little, like, I don't know. It's not really a hole in the wall because it's kind of fancy, but it's not really. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, nah, that's one of my more favorite ones just because it is really hard to pull off. And
Yeah.
I've practiced it enough times now where I can do it, you know what I'm saying, most of the time without a hitch. But it's still one of the harder verses for me to actually physically deliver, which I feel like is one of the more, it's become one of the more underlooked things, and especially like our circle of rap. It's like the actual rhythmic ability of being able to rap, just because, you know, so many motherfuckers like Token ruin rapping fast that
Yeah.
a lot of people just got so turned off by it as a whole that people don't respect, you know, being able to do some shit. Like Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite rappers. So a lot of the times when I do certain shit, it's like it's a underlaying homage to Busta Rhymes. And so I just felt like that was something that he would do, is try to
Is
do all of this shit
yeah.
through in one take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you've interpolated the woo-ha chorus on multiple songs, actually. That's something
Yeah.
that always is exciting for me because I fucking love that album.
Hell yeah.
Becoming is that album fucking blew me away the first time I heard that shit.
Yeah. Nah, Busta Rhymes was one of the first, like even before I really knew what rap was, like, I used to take my mom's CDs and shit. So my exposure to music was really based off my mom's taste. My mom had good ass taste though. So like when I was a kid, I used to listen to Outkast and The Roots and Busta Rhymes. Like those were the ones that anybody who had the best vocal performance. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even understand what the fuck niggas was talking about for real when I was a kid. Even if I thought I did, even if I knew the words, it was like I didn't have the world experience to know why any of this shit was actually a good metaphor or anything. I fuck with Busta Rhymes. I had Extinction Level Event. That was the first CD of Busta Rhymes that I really had. And I fucked with that nigga purely off the strength of the first song on that album is dope, but that nigga shouts out Denver at one point at the end. And I was like, all right, yeah, nah, I'm still in this. I need to hear what the rest is on this album.
Is that Everybody Rise?
Yeah, Everybody Rise.
That beat is fucking incredible, bro.
Fucking crazy. Yeah, so I listen to that. Fucking The Roots, Things Fall Apart. Like before I knew what these albums were, that's just what I listened to. I used to think it was all the same nigga low key. Because I would hear it when my mom would play it, when mom would be kicking it with my uncles and shit. It would be like they would listen to the shit that they liked. You know what I'm saying? On the little disc changer. I wasn't like aware enough to know when the disc would change or not. I only knew the difference between like Erykah Badu and Jill Scott, right? But if niggas was rapping, it was like Busta Rhymes, The Roots, and motherfucking fuck, who else do these niggas used to listen to all the time? I can't even think of the other niggas' name. They used to listen to like Do or Die. They used to listen to a lot of shit, like you know what I'm saying? But I never really fucked with the Do or Die shit. Like I knew them niggas from the way that they rap. So I always thought I was like, okay, them other niggas is it's a group of these niggas and they all the same nigga.
That's Twisters.
Like Tribe Called Quest or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like, The Roots is a group of niggas. So I thought Busta Rhymes was just with them niggas when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, just because of the way that, you know what I'm saying, my people would listen to it. So when I was still the albums and shit, that's who I would listen to. So I probably listened to Busta Rhymes as a kid, like over and over and over and over again, not even realizing that was Busta Rhymes and shit, just because like I think there was burnt CDs. So like, they would just have the title of the shit on there.
Yeah.
Like my Extinction Level Event CD literally just said ELE.
Yeah.
I was like, bet, nigga. That's I don't know what nigga bet. Facts, nigga.
I'm like I feel like Nick, I feel like our age is like the last like people that grew up with CDs a little bit. Cause like I remember having burnt CDs, but like for like 6 years of my life.
No, yeah, I definitely grew up
like I had a CD player for like 5 months.
Yeah, no, well, I have like older siblings, so they had like there was a boombox that was in my mom's room that I used a lot. The first CD, well, my brother had CDs already, but the first CD that I got specifically for myself was Demon Days by the Gorillaz, and it was like the same year that it came out, I believe, or maybe a year or two after.
My cousin's dad was like balling out of control, right? So these niggas used to have a crazy CD book. They'd have every CD that came out, but like I could only hear the songs like over at their crib, and their music taste was different. It kind of started shaping mine. Like them niggas really liked, 504 Boys, Cash Money, No Limit, like all of that shit, right? Lil Jon, like nigga, we used to listen to crazy like East Side niggas like T Nutty, Fat Tone, Tone Loc, Brother Lynch Hung, shit like that, right? Yeah. So like it was a mixture of all kind of shit, kind of like that, and then R&B music, whatever song my cousin's mom was into, she used to play that shit on repeat over and over and over again. So a lot of the time it'd be like these niggas would have every CD that came out, but they wouldn't like the shit. So it'd be like, Nas Stillmatic. They had a CD, they listened to the first song, they don't like that shit, they take it out. I have to find it in the CD book later and listen to it at their house, you know what I'm saying, with my cousin or whatever. And it'd be like, that nigga wouldn't like it either. So sometimes I'd be able to get away with taking some of the CDs that they had back to my crib, but it would always only be certain type of shit. It would be like the Nas CD, the motherfucking Cannabis CD, the whack ass LL Cool J CD, nigga, the Tupac remix CD and shit like that. Bro, I was like, fuck it, nigga, I'll take whatever. Nigga, fucking Murphy Lee CD, nigga, fuck it. I don't give a fuck, nigga. The St. Lunatics, I'll take it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was how I was getting my CDs and like LimeWire and shit. My dad wouldn't let me do shit on the computer. So once niggas figured out computing, you know what I'm saying? We had the I forget which one of my homies had the computer, but we done fried this nigga shit with LimeWire. Trying to make CDs and shit. Like, I used to listen to fucking Pat Poose and Lil Wayne and shit in high school, trying to find their shit on the internet and give your shit.
Damn.
No disrespect to niggas that have that in real life. I just mean like computer
Yeah, no, you're
virus. Edit that out. Don't put that in there. I'm not getting canceled.
Okay.
Yeah, take that out.
The baby
Yeah,
one of
nigga,
5
that shit.
niggas I've seen life get canceled. Like I feel like it's only.
I'm still afraid.
Zan, fucking.
All right.
Man.
Iggy Azalea, they packed her up.
One thing okay, so I'm working on a playlist called Focus Hip Hop Presents Teller Banks, and it's just all my favorite songs from every album I've heard from you.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, the every single song from Hate Island is in it.
Hell yeah.
Every single song I think from The Pride and Glory is in it. And then
hell yeah, that's a good ass album.
Yeah. The Pride. Okay, so like when The Pride and Glory came out, I was like, this is fucking incredible. I don't know if Teller will ever top this. And now I think Hate Island is your best album. So,
thank you. Yeah, man. Hey, Pride and Glory was the album that really taught me a lot because I was like, that was the album I feel like I hit all the boxes. I checked all the boxes. And it wasn't like the response was disappointing. It just wasn't what I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Like I went all the way there with the artwork. Like that's still some of my favorite album art that I've ever had done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I still have Pride and Glory CDs right now. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like what, you know, it kind of laid the groundwork for me to be like, okay, like keep working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this isn't, you know, like you said, I thought I sat on the Pride and Glory shit, man. I probably have like 10 different final mixes for that whole album. You know what I'm saying? Me and Ed sat back and forth on that shit for a long time, figuring out, taking different songs off, reconfiguring it, all the shit. And so it was kind of like, all right, like at the end of the day, I really fucked with it. I was really happy with what I put together, how I put it out. Like I'm happy with looking at it, all the shit, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it was like, that was, I don't know. It was kind of like very foundational in terms of like, all right, you're going to have to do this all the time now, even better, because this you did it this well and didn't even get the results that you wanted. So like, you're going to have to do it even better than this.
Mm-hmm. The Pride and Glory I love is one of my favorite albums of all time because the like atmosphere of that album or like the mood of that album, there's like this magical sense of like a celebratory vibe throughout the whole album, or like a like triumphant vibe where it's it's like when I hear it, it's like Teller sounds like he's like, I made it, and not like I made it because like I'm successful. I made it because look how fucking good at making music I am right now. That's what it sounds like. It's like I'm fucking killing this, and that's why I'm so happy.
So like, you know, I usually do everything in terms of trilogies, right? So I was kind of racking my brain even because that's the 4th album with me and Ed. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of racking my brain like, damn, where do we even go from here? I don't even know what story I'm trying to tell after the I and I. I've kind of already like told this story. Mm-hmm. So I was like, damn, I've kind of already told this story, right? So I was like, shit, all of my albums exist kind of in a Tarantino style universe, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
there's shit that is, you know, it's all a movie, right? It's all albums, right? But there are albums that are like real albums that are based on like real life. And then, you know, just like in Tarantino, there's movies that are like really happening. And then there's movies in this nigga's universe that are movies in the universe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like the Pride and Glory is like, okay, what if I took all three of the Ed Glorious albums, right? And that's like the true story of the shit that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And what if we made that shit a movie? And we did all the stops and we made it like a big ass feature film, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the you know, gave it the film treatment of it, where it's like some of the shit is missing, some of the shit's there. It's like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. Like if you've ever seen your favorite book series turned into a movie, it was like that's what I was kind of even going for in terms of the Pride and Glory. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's one of my more like, I don't know. I tried to have a little bit of element of everything that I had in every album, like leading up to then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Presented in it.
it's a very like cohesive, like really well crafted product.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that album. And yeah, Hate Island as well is okay.
I think The
so
Wolf and the Walrus, honestly, like I think the more like, you know, the more Hate Island gets and the more people go back into my catalog, the more people revisit The
Mhm.
Wolf and the Walrus. Like that is honestly me and Ed's best album. I'm not
Mhm.
gonna hold you, even just like thematically and just the whole way that album comes together. I don't, like I said, I don't think anything has ever been like overlooked in a way, but I
Mhm.
think now that people kind of understand like, oh shit, like the people like the Professor Skies of the world, right? Or like the people who are really into the taking shit apart and figuring out what it means type of shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
I think they'll have, I think when they go back and listen to The Wolf and the Walrus, they'll realize that there was a lot more than they probably picked up on the first time that they listened to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think every track from that album is also on the playlist. The
Hell
the
yeah.
the opening track. Okay, so yeah, like the first song I ever heard from you that was actually your song and it wasn't just a feature was Suicide Hotline 3.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad I remembered to ask this. And then we got part 4 as the beginning of The Wolf and the Walrus. I can't
Yeah.
dis I can't decide which one is more depressing. It's like they're both so depressing, but like in a different way.
Man,
Because like,
I was going the fuck through it.
bruh, I think I said this in my year-end list. Uh, so Suicide Hotline 3 sounds like you're like hysterical and you're like crying and sobbing and like having a breakdown. And then like the fourth one just sounds like you're just like you have given up and you're like totally despondent and like you just have no soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Like
much. The shit hit the fan, man. The suicide mission was a failure.
yeah, like it just
It's like
sounds so hopeless.
imagine you were right. You know what I'm saying? You were the righteous cause, right, of the protagonist, right? The story, how it's supposed to go, and you're supposed to go get your revenge. You planned it all out. You're supposed to go get your get back, and then you don't. You actually get thwarted. You fail miserably.
Hmm.
That was kind of like the aftermath. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like yeah, where I was at when I was first writing that album and putting it together. That whole album, it's like all the albums that I did that year, they're all like movie themed, right? It's like Black Man, Drug
Hmm.
Money, and then The Wolf and the Walrus. It's like, okay, the three kind of movies, what are they, the three kind of movies that black people get all the time? It's like, okay, black exploitation films, that's what we used to have. Then it was like
Uh-huh.
crime, like come up movies, like the fucking, you know, Paid in Fools or
Yeah.
the fucking Boys in the Hood
Hustle
or,
and
you know,
flow.
yeah, like that type of shit, right? And then
Uh-huh.
the next one is like, you know, Troubled biopic, the artist, the Troubled Artist biopic. And
Yeah.
so like the Wolf and the Walrus is, I was kind of like, okay, I was dealing with even okay, so that's why Suicide Hotline 4 is the starter of that album. The
Hmm.
whole thing of this album kind of started with a conversation I was having with Elucid about like black art and like what is black art and what's its responsibility and all this shit. Me and him be chopping it up in the DMs and shit. So we was having a like in-depth conversation. We was disagreeing about shit because I was telling him like, you know, I think trap music is like valuable even in terms of black art, even if people think of it as like derogatory. I see a lot of that shit as like, you know, people want the lens of David Attenborough when they're watching the animal documentary. It makes it more suitable than hearing the bone crunching of the fucking lion eating the gazelle for real, and the slurping and the blood and then the aftermath and then watching it decompose and all the realities of the shit. It comes better through the lens of like an educated like narrator. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, but if you really want to know what the jungle's like, you gotta strap the GoPro on the lion. That's what a lot of this shit be like. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know, how I interpret that type of music. So I think it all kind of has its place. And so from there, it just kind of like different series of things happened to me. A nigga was asking me, a bunch of people be asking me to perform Suicide Hotline 3 live. And I'm like, nigga, I'll never perform that song live. Like, I just won't. You know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, damn,
who even wants to
here I
see
am.
that? Because that would like
Right.
kill the vibe completely.
Yeah. But then I'm like, yo, I sold this to niggas.
Yeah.
So like however I might feel about people wanting to consume it in whatever way they want to consume it, like we talk about ethical consumption all day, but what about like the ethics of selling it, right? So then I started thinking, all right, like it all just came to me all together. I'm watching fucking Bad Guys with my kids and it's the wolf and all this shit and he wants to be good. And you know what I'm saying? Then I'm like, damn, I just started thinking about like, all right, I watched this fucking documentary one time about animals, and it was like the walruses, nigga's life is just pain. These niggas be traveling, nigga, through the worst shit. They be getting picked off one by one. They have no defenses to most of the shit. They don't really fit in nowhere. They're just the outcast of society. They're not really good for the water or the land, but they can't be in either one of them for that long. Niggas be jumping off of cliffs to their death all the time and shit. Like, it's fucked up. So I was like, damn, like when you think about rap music, right? It's like niggas are selling trauma all day, no matter what lens you put it in. Whether it's like, oh, the trauma of being the nigga who's doing it, of being the murderer, being the trapper, being the whatever it is, right? Being the hardest nigga from the hood, doing all of that shit. It's like, okay, like, yeah, you're the wolf. You know what I'm saying? You're selling it from this angle. And then it's like there's the other niggas that are selling like the trauma of, oh my God, my cousin died. Or they're smoking crack on the corner again. Look how fucked up the community is. Look how terrible America is. You know what I'm saying? It's like all of this shit where it's like, it's just two sides of the same coin being sold at all time. And so it's like, I was just thinking of it in a sense like, damn, it'd be fucked up if it was like for entertainment. You know, it's a wolf. He's backstage smoking a cigarette. He really wants to do some other shit, but it's like, all right, niggas want the wolf. Bring the wolf out. They bring this nigga out to hunt the antelope again. It's like this nigga got to kill the antelope on stage for niggas' entertainment night after night. And it's like, if niggas don't want that, then it's like, all right, bring the walrus out. We're going to watch this nigga suffer for an hour. You know what I'm saying? It's like either way you pick your entertainment, like how fucked up is this? But at the end of the day, it's like, how fucked up is it you're selling this shit when you know in real life this shit is really happening though.
Yeah.
Like where I'm from, like the shit that you know what I'm saying? Like the shit that I rap about, like a lot of the shit I rap about, it did really happen. And a lot of the themes of shit that I rap about, even if I'm out of it right now, right, it's still happening right now. So my responsibility in selling it to people is like to give it to people in the realest way possible, because however I dress this shit up in either direction, I'm benefiting off of like actual pain and suffering of other people for the entertainment of other people. So I don't know. I think like the Wolf and the Walrus, like I said, I think that's one where going back and listening through to it, it's like there's a lot more depth to it than I feel like a lot of people even picked up on. Even with like Drug Money, you know what I'm saying? Like Drug Money, I thought it was more like laid out. I felt like I put it as plainly as possible. It says bag of crack on the bag of crack, like written. And it was like people still missed it. You know what I'm saying? I always zoom in and look at all the details on album covers, but I'm realizing a lot of people are more like passively looking, but it still doesn't mean like not to put that shit in there. Like I'm kind of rambling a little bit, but
No, you good.
I watch movies a lot, you know what I'm saying? Or I watch a lot of shit. I don't really have time to watch like series of things, but I'll read about them, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I watch Sinners, you know what I'm saying? I watched
Yeah.
that a couple of times. And then I was reading about the Welcome to Derry, the It series, because I read the book It, and I watched the old movie. I watched the newer movie, the first part of it, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you know, looking into the reading about the Welcome to Derry series, it's like, okay, the Native Americans didn't get fucked with by it because they had the piece of the shit in the turtle shells. The god Maturin, he's like a turtle who's the god of time, all this other shit, right? It like protects them from the shit. It is like a thing out of time. So like time is this nigga's nemesis. He stays away from that shit, right? So I was like, okay, they whether or not they plainly laid this out for the audience, like whoever wrote this shit did a lot of research into the real shit to be able to like craft this story based on like a real foundation.
Mm-hmm.
On the off chance that anybody who was gonna dive into this shit, right? Like you could write a college paper about that shit if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like whether or not anybody even notices that on a surface level. So then I'm watching Sinners for like the third time, and I notice during like not necessarily the opening, but during like the beginning when they first are chasing that nigga out of into the clan nigga's house.
Mm-hmm.
When the Indians pull up with the shit, or the natives, my bad. When the Native Americans pull up with the shit, they got vests on their chest with turtles on them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, oh shit. And the vampire exists through time, and he connects niggas through time. When they all latch on, they get the hive mind that does all the memories and shit. So it's like whatever they knew about the shit, even if it's just a little blip in the movie, right? Like Ryan Coogler, he researched that shit. He researched the natives in that area, what they was on, what they believed in, what type of shit they might have been on, how they might have actually fought a vampire in real life, what type of shit they actually think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether a nigga ever even caught that moment or not. And so it was like when I started thinking about, you know, I always say I think about my albums in terms of movies, right? Or like I see them, so I write them almost like I think about them in terms of films. I'm like, I'm saying that a lot, but I actually know how films work? You know what I'm saying? So then I started really diving into shit. That's why like I feel like my work took a leap this past year and even this year, because it was like I really started thinking about like, okay, what is all of the actual research and what do I actually need to do to make this theme be something where it's like if I want if I want Hate Island to stand the test of time, then it's like a nigga should be able to write a college dissertation about that shit in some
Mm-hmm.
capacity. A nigga should be able to write about, you know, I don't really, I've never read Fanon or whatever. I don't really know how to say his name. I'm gonna look into it. Niggas keep telling me, oh, this Fanonian Wretched Life, you got to read that shit. I heard about him. I've looked it up because Billy Woods be talking about this nigga. So I've looked it up and seen it, but
Mm-hmm.
I've never actually looked into his work for real. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Same.
But I feel like people can, you know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about how people derive the meaning of it, because they'll derive shit out of it that I didn't even think of, right? That's like how you know you did some good shit. You know what I'm saying? Is when people
Mm-hmm.
are really like digging into it. But you gotta have enough shit there for people to dig into. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like Hate Island will always kind of exist, because I put so much thought, I wrote so much about the album that's not even the album. You know what I mean? As far as like what it
Yeah.
is, what it means, what it's about, why these things are this way, how I'm trying to structure it out. Like, even the reason why there's the director's cut is because we made all the shit first and then we actually had to delete shit out of there to make it fit for the vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
So the original was going to be the whole director's cut, was like going to be the album. We wasn't originally going to take no songs off of it. We was like, fuck it. We hitting niggas with 27 songs. That's what it is. And then we
Yeah.
had to take shit off because we was like, fuck it. We can't fit all, we actually can't fit all of these on there. And the cost for doing a double vinyl right now versus what we're actually trying to sell the shit for to make the shit feasible and work. We're like, we can't come out the gate trying to ask niggas for $100 vinyls and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, no, I put a lot of thought into Hate Island. I put a lot of thought into all of the albums that kind of led up into that string.
Mm-hmm.
But The Wolf and the Walrus and Hate Island, I feel like were the two that it actually clicked as far as like, oh, okay, if niggas wanted me to explain this whole album, like it would take parts and series. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, okay, here's part one. Like, this is the theme of this. Here's the underlying theme. Here's what's happening on the surface. Like just like a movie, right? It's like you're watching the shit, but it's always a metaphor for something else.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I tried to put that into the album as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. I have one more question before we get out of here, and
Oh
it's
shit, my phone about to.
oh shit.
I'm glad you said that. I caught it.
Bet. Um, it's still related to the Suicide Hotline series. Um, where are Suicide Hotline 1 and 2?
Hmm. Fuck. Suicide Hotline 1, I think, is on Pulp Fiction. And
Okay.
Suicide Hotline 2 is on a mixtape I'm pretty sure I deleted that was on Bandcamp called Rose Tinted Mirrors.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that name before.
Yeah. And then yeah, those are like yeah. Suicide Hotline 1, I'm pretty sure was on Pulp Fiction. Yeah, and then I remember
Hmm.
Suicide Hotline 2 was on Rose Tinted Mirrors.
Okay.
They're actually sadder than the third and the fourth. That's why they don't exist no more.
Jesus.
Oh shit. Yeah, nah, I used to do bad shit. I was in a lot of bad places in times of
Hmm.
my life. I made a lot of music throughout all of it, but a lot of times like that'd be a lot of times too I delete, some of my old music is just cuz like I can hear different things in my voice. Like I can hear substances in my voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I can
Mm.
hear the shit in my voice where I'm like, nah, I don't even like going back to that place or being that person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's real as
So
fuck.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit, it's like it's cool, like, even the moniker like old Wayne, that shit came from like old Wayne behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
okay.
yeah, you know what I mean? And then I refined it. I like kind of reformed and came together, you know what I'm saying? I still like have a good time from time to time, but like the way that I used to you know, I don't know, like be not even necessarily dependent, but like I was actually you know, yeah, I was abusing things.
Hmm.
So and I was, but yeah, I just wasn't in an environment where like I don't think it's not a knock on the people that I used to be around when I was doing that. It's just I don't think they ever had been around nobody that was really like dealing with some shit like that before. So it
Hmm.
was kind of more like they were just impressed at the rate that I was able to do shit. You know what I'm saying? At the rate I was able to make music, the rate that I was able to kind of hop in the booth and do some crazy shit. So they kind of like it wasn't like they were encouraging the self-destructive aspects of it. It was like they were more like, yo, man, this nigga, if you give this nigga a little bit of that, this shit's crazy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah,
it was kind of like,
that's
yeah, you
cool.
know what I mean? So I just try to stay away from, I don't know. Yeah, I
Hmm.
try to get a lot of my music will never actually come back to light just because of that.
Damn. Well, yeah, okay, cool. Well, at least we have 3 and 4. Those ones are still good. So do you still think even though you don't like what you can hear in yourself, do you still think they're good songs?
Nah, I
Okay.
think, I gotta hold myself to the same standard that I would like hold another artist, right? So I wasn't doing heinous shit, right? But if who the person is at the time matters, then I have to take that into account of like the music, right? So if it's like
Mhm.
if I know that this actually was like a fucked up time,
Yeah.
then I have to quantify that into the creation of the music or into what these songs are about. And a
Hmm.
lot of the songs, like the content of it or whatever it is, it's like whether or not it's directly reflective of what I was doing, it is in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like, like I said, I wasn't doing heinous shit, but it's the same way to be like, yo, is it all right to listen to R. Kelly sometimes? And it's like, well, if you know what he was doing and he's writing these songs, then it's not far fetched to say he was writing these songs about what he was doing,
Yeah.
right? So, you know, if I'm writing songs about doing the most, right, and I'm doing the most, I don't even want to listen to that shit right now when I'm trying to be a different, you know what I'm saying? When I'm like trying to
Yeah.
be a different person.
Yeah, that's real.
That shit's still in that music. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of what that music's actually about or what, you know what I'm saying? It could be the happy songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not from a place that I want to go back to. You know what I'm saying? As far
Mm-hmm.
as where my mind was at doing all that shit.
I got you. Well, that was fucking great. Thank you for being here. The new album, Hate Island and Hate Island Director's Cut, are available on Bandcamp, and Hate Island regular version is on streaming. Check that shit out if you haven't yet. It's a masterpiece, which I said on Instagram. I genuinely believe that. If I still gave scores
Hell yeah.
in album reviews, it would get a 100 because I think it's a perfect album.
Hell yeah.
And
Tell the motherfucking Banks.
by the way, there are only like 5 people that have ever gotten that score from me. So, yeah,
Hell yeah.
I think it's an insane
They
album.
gave me like a 30 or some shit.
It was not a 30 now. Stop. It was like a 50.
Nigga smoked my boots, man.
I don't even.
Yeah,
Yeah,
niggas gave me some bad work.
yeah. I not bad. If anything, it was like just way worse than all the other stuff I covered.
Yeah, no, I got a 69 on one of them. I remember that.
That's still pretty good. Like for the average art for an average artist,
It's
that would be
decent.
pretty
Nah,
good.
man. Yeah, but I was like, you know, that's why I'm like, nah, I respect it.
Mhm.
I'd kill for 69. I might might throw a pizza party or some shit.
All right. Well, yes, this has been episode 8. Wait, Hester, is there anything you want to say?
Oh, nah. I don't got nothing. Nah.
All
I
right,
don't got
bet.
nothing to promote. Yeah.
Taylor,
Hell
anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, I just appreciate y'all for having me.
I appreciate you for coming.
Yeah. Nah, man. Hopefully, I'll be coming to a city near you pretty soon.
Yo, I gotta see a Teller Banks performance. That would be fire.
Yo, I'm
Charlotte.
sick. I missed
Yeah.
that.
Where are you
I'm
at?
sick. I missed the.
I'm in Greensboro, but I live in Durham. So if you're in either of those places, I could pull up. But or Raleigh would be cool. Charlotte would work. That's probably it though.
I know
Chapel
we're
Hill.
going to one of those.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, I know we're going to one of those.
Hell yeah. Well, see you then.
My cat doing crazy shit.
And then yeah, so this has been episode 8, Hate Island, featuring our guest Teller Banks. And we will leave it at that. Legalize it, don't demonize it. Stay keefy, my brothers and sisters. And as always, peace out.
FocusHipHop.com, biznitch.